is the Lord of Iron. A lot happened, actually. The war began in earnest. You guys faced an attack on the wall by Fenharel and the Diagradari, the flying hippogriff riders, which you very easily repelled and sent them cowardly flying away. There was then an assassination attempt on Lita's life, which was also repelled, unfortunately, by Integra, who sacrificed her life so that Lita could live. And then you guys dealt with a massive full-scale attack where the Elven forces and the Devils had somehow figured out a way past the holy water wall that you guys had made. So that you guys had to deal with that. The Red Velvet Room blew up as a final sacrifice to keep them at bay. You guys fought a golem, and Burchill beheaded the head of the leader of the Hippogriff Riders. And as a result of that, this face is now sitting on a pike outside of the rubble where the main entrance to the city used to be. So yes, that is literally just there now.
Hey.
But unfortunately, while the battle was won, many lives were lost. General Radon, Aveline, Admiral. I got it right this time.
Thank you.
Admiral.
I was going to throw a riot if he was forgotten.
Mm-hmm. Sir Jonathan and many others.
Boris.
So after the battle, you guys all took time to mourn in your own ways, and thus we begin immediately, like literally just right at the end of the last session, after you guys have taken time to... But yeah, after you guys had taken time to mourn, you've done your things. I imagine Burchill is sitting with Horace, petting him and feeding him really expensive meats because he's the best boy. Let's see. Gabrielle, just going off of instructions given to me from Charlie, is actually still getting drunk with Saris because she's still in her own way mourning the loss of Integra. I'm gonna say Rowan is probably with Cereza, who is awake and doing okay, but she's still dealing with the loss of an arm.
She was part of the...
Yeah. Nox is cooking delicious meats, because apparently cooking is part of crafting.
I'm not cooking meats, I'm cooking meth.
Okay. And,
That's a typo.
yeah. Yeah, and Enzo, Anaris, and Lita, where would you guys be?
Somewhere. Out there. Along the pale moon sky.
Yep. Anaris is just omnipresent. She could literally just be anywhere at any given moment.
Probably in the command system somewhere.
Alright, so we'll say you're in the church directing things.
How long has Radon been dead?
I'd say, yeah, like maybe 3-4 hours, because like the battle ended. You guys took your time to mourn and collect your dead, and you're basically like refortifying everything that was destroyed and like putting things back together.
Lita wouldn't have mourned.
Well, I mean, you did mourn at the end of last session, and that's what we're counting. So if you're done mourning, we can be done with that.
You know, she's. Well, Lita will be the command tent.
The command tent or the command center? Because the command center is the church, which is
command
where Enzo is.
Yeah, command center.
Okay. So you're in the church.
What?
I'll be there in a minute.
Okay.
Oh, just one thing I forgot in the recap. Alexander Anderson and Oswin the Clown has actually, while they did lose some people in their mission, they succeeded and brought you guys a prisoner, which you have yet to interrogate. but yeah, we'll get to that later.
Oh yeah, we still gotta know what the hell the monster out there is making the fog.
Yeah. You do not know whether or not it is making the fog, but you do know it's there.
Yeah. I guess we need him for this too. Alright. Yep. Luna being in the command center, Rowan is gonna send out word to all the leaders of the army.
Alright.
Trevelyan, Keanu, whatever the fuck Keanu's name is.
Gail Kuzlin, but you can just call him Keanu.
Yeah. Sorry. So Kuzlin, Trevelyan, Enzo, the group, Enzo, Anaris, Rowan, Nox, Burchill.
Okay.
Oswin, and then also Little Red.
Okay. Do you want Anderson to come too, since he's the leader of the Witch Hunters?
Yeah, and bring Oswin's wife. Bring Oswin's ex-wife.
Oh, sure. Okay, so I'm going to say with the sending spell, and there are many clerics in the church who have this spell, so like it's very easy to get spells sent off to everyone, and in their own time and in their own ways, they all eventually arrive. And I will say in the church, one of the meeting rooms that they use in the back has been converted into like a makeshift war room because it has a really big table. So yeah, that's where you guys are holding this meeting. Gabrielle is also there, although I will say she's keeping it together, but she is very obviously drunk and her breath stinks of wine. So, but yeah, she's holding it together. Also, Ken, I will say that Horace was pretty beat up during the fight, so he will not necessarily be available to use this session. He needs time to recover.
Let the alcohol heal.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's okay, boy. Here, have a yellowtail.
I will say that Horace is being seen to by special clerics, and I say special as in they were the only clerics brave enough to actually approach him.
Start giving the good boy a fish.
That's fair.
Yellowtail's a big fish. He's getting a good eating.
Nice. So yes, everybody has gathered. The floor is whoever wants to speaks.
Probably say Lita has like bags under her eyes. She looks like she hasn't. She looks miserable and tired. Gentlemen and women, thank you for coming.
Just like that. Take all the NPC generals in their own way. Just like Field Marshal. It just goes down the line.
It's like that scene from Jojo Rabbit where the fucking SS show up. Hi Hitler.
Field Marshal.
Lita, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Oh.
What's up?
Rowan, kill that one. Alright.
Based on current patterns of their attacks, we'll hear nothing for a couple of weeks, and then they're going to come back and try again. That's my best guess.
They just keep running into walls. They have such a great commander there.
It's like, Anderson at this point speaks up. Based on what we've seen in that camp, the bulk of what we are going to assume is their elvish forces, where it's like we're seen at today's attack, so they are going to need some time to recover.
Good. Because I'm tired, gentlemen. I'm tired. I'm tired, boss.
I think we're all tired, Field Marshal. Oswin says as he starts rubbing his face, and you guys can actually see the makeup is starting to smear.
Oh no.
Yes, yeah, he wears makeup. He looks like a clown. You guys have been making fun of him this whole time.
That's just his skin.
No, it's
a real actual clown. Very disappointing. What are you talking about, dude? Clowns are real. That's wild.
Oh no, wait, Grant, you weren't there. Lita and Burchill actually saw him without his makeup. He looks Mexican.
Yeah, I legit thought
Alright.
he was like a Joker-esque or something because of like his skin with the magic or something.
Well, we see. You see, we walked into the one of the bathing areas, and he was standing in the mirror going like this.
Mm-hmm.
He looks average. 6
That
out of
was
10.
weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess Lita will say, "Oh no, you don't get it. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this war. I'm tired of this bullshit where they keep fucking running."
I mean, if they didn't run, then we just killed them all in a one-on-one fight.
Yeah. So that's why I have an idea, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Oh god.
Jesus.
Put it away.
That's what
Put it away.
Wonderful.
Oswin is not
There are
nearly
children
that.
here.
This is the Joker after Batman dies and he has nothing else to do with his life.
He gets them gains.
After Batman died, I had to get swole, hardly.
You ain't
But-
Batman no more, you're Rocky Road.
No, because she points at Trevelyan.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to continue bombarding the hell out of their fucking camp and aim some of your ships at the retreating forces.
Yes.
And I wanted this done 5 minutes ago.
Trevelyan looks to Oswin. He's like, Oswin, done. Your captain's note.
Good. Because we're not going to wait weeks now. She looks at the...
You have the table's attention, at least the NPCs.
I want the bulk of our force to run down these men. And I want them to continue to follow them into their godforsaken camp, and I want them destroyed. I want nothing left of their camp that such even ravens cannot scavenge from the earth.
From somewhere, a guitar riff is heard. But yes.
Moreover, I want that preening cocksucker on his godforsaken dragon gone.
I might too. Just saying.
I stole that from the fucking Helsing Ultimate.
Oh, right.
That's when the major's describing how they're going to wipe out London, and he says, "Such that even ravens shall not scavenge from the earth." Moreover, She looks at Enzo.
Mhm.
I need you to recall someone we sent away.
Who?
My uncle. I don't think any of us have what it takes to deal with that fucking thing in the sky. I think he can.
Oh, that dude, yeah.
There,
Well,
there,
Would he help?
there is a tension. Oh, so I was going to say there is a tension at the table. No one wants to speak unless one of you guys wants to break the silence. But then, Jayson, you started speaking. So, yeah. Rowan breaks the silence. What do you say, Jayson?
Would he help?
As soon as I mentioned that there were devils at work and demons, he got really excited.
I'd just like to remind you guys that it took the entire party to restrain him and get him to not join you guys in battle.
I thought Rowan's a little.
Lita goes, you see, I've had a change of heart because I want to hold my child. I miss my family. Moreover, I want to go home.
It's like,
We all, I think, want to go home, gentlemen.
Some of us, this is our home.
Exactly. It's not home anymore.
Yeah.
And
Lord
that fucker is dead.
Lord Lioncourt at that speaks up and says, it's not that I don't agree with everything you are saying, Field Marshal. I've actually been waiting for you to say something like that. But if we are going to do this, especially in a timely manner, as you are suggesting, this is going to take a lot of planning. If we want to hit these guys so hard that they retreat and keep retreating, we're going to need to do it right, and we're going to need to do it right the first time.
How is this table set up? Is it
I don't know.
one person, lead on one side, all the people on the other?
It's literally just like a long rectangular table. There's no chairs. Like there are maps set up. They're just like makeshift like tokens on the map. Like you know what you guys see on Roll20, that page I have you on. That's literally what you guys see.
Get that muffin off there.
Oh. All right, I'm gonna stealth and get behind the other people.
This room is full of people.
Are we not?
Are you not entertained?
Oh yeah, Union style purging!
I'm just
Okay,
gonna go stand behind the other side of the table. I'm over there.
We got
I'm gonna say
people.
I'm going to say, Anaris, that because there's so many people in this room and they're all paying attention to Lita, you don't even need to roll for stealth. Lita, as far as you are concerned, Anaris is not here, so you just have to assume she is.
Rowan just goes, oh shit.
Alright. There you go. Sending.
Oh, there's a send message.
Thank you.
Temme, less than a second later, you get a reply. On my way. That's it.
I look at Lita, and the trademark Enzo scheming grin spreads across his face. You see, I've thought of a few things, gentlemen. Oh.
Yeah, every time you talk, there's like a scratch going on. I think I don't know what the thing is.
Damn if I know.
Yeah, we'll just leave it as is. It's fine.
But Lita, I know. That's why I've thought of a few things.
Oh, there we go.
You and your force will ride in, following them. Lita turns and looks at the cavalry. You'll ride up from the south. The two of you will sandwich their forces together. You will cut down anyone and everyone in their camp. They don't take prisoners.
Anderson at this speaks up. This is all well and good, Field Marshal, but the bulk of their forces are still made up of devils who are very difficult to kill and do not sleep. So
I know. Which is why the entirety of the witch hunters will be accompanying the main army as they ride them down.
I would also like to add, like, with the camp, I would prefer to get my spy AF out of there first. So
Well,
she isn't caught in the crossfires.
we'll make sure she's out. Now, Oswin, here's where you come in. You have 24 hours to produce as many, I guess, Nox would describe them as bombs, magical implements that are able to cast dispel magic when exploding.
as you're talking, interrupting you very rudely, I might add, there is a knock on the meeting room door. Does anybody wish to answer?
It's just pizza. I'll grab it.
I'll grab it.
I'm closer to Lita.
Well, no. Knock said it first.
Grant
So
that Grant said that because it was the joke. Pizza.
okay.
I'll grab it.
Okay.
Right,
Once he knocks and Enzo fighting for the door.
So, Lita, while you're in the middle of saying that, Enzo, you go and open the door, and there is a soldier standing there. Okay. There's a random soldier standing there. He's like, I'm sorry to interrupt. I know the field marshal is in a meeting with the generals, but there are 3 dwarves here who say they need to speak to her. They say that they hired her to do a job, and that she was never there to get like it's very confusing. It's very confusing. Like they
Tell
say
them to wait outside.
Tell them, put them in conference room 3.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Bring them something to eat and drink in the meantime. Let's continue.
Okay.
We're gonna be pissed.
Very well. They do seem terrified. Like it seems like it's pretty urgent. Whatever it is they have to say.
And there's a war that is also pretty urgent as well. Conference room 3. Provide food and drink.
Understood, Archbishop. And he leaves, and you hear off in the distance. Oh, what the fuck is wrong with that bitch? Doesn't she understand?
It's like
I'm down.
Enzo's the only one who heard that, by the way. So,
As
yeah.
you were saying, Field Marshal.
Anyway.
Oh, they'll be satisfied for hours.
Yeah. But so you'll be accompanying them.
I missed that.
Okay.
Who will be accounting? Who will be
The witch hunters.
Yeah.
The witch hunters.
Okay.
The entirety of the witch hunter force. Hell, you know what? I think he's a little bit long in the tooth, but I think he can help. Send the witch hunter general with you. He seems knowledgeable.
And it's like, there's a chill in the room, but they don't disagree with you.
Now, that deals with that. Osmond, like I said, you have 24 hours to make as many dispel magic devices that when they go off, they create mass waves of dispel magic. Because I have a theory, and I want to prove it.
Very well. You watch as he again goes. Done. My mages know. I would go there myself, but Field Marshal, seeing as how currently the only ones at this table who know the layout of that camp are Anderson and I think a better use of my time would be to, at the very least, attempt to draw a layout of this place so that the rest of us will know where everything is and what we should attack.
Yeah.
He then looks to Anderson. I I may already have a few ideas of where we should hit first. As do I. Field Marshal, with your permission, we leave so that we may get this done sooner rather than later.
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because you need to know the full bulk of my plan.
All right.
I've been thinking about something. Burchill, when we talked to our spy, we asked her about the dragon. She couldn't find it, right?
I believe that. Yes. I believe I recall her saying that she didn't see a dragon around the camp. I mean, it'd be pretty hard to miss, I would assume. It's a fucking dragon.
Mm-hmm. This dragon... Fen'Harel moved his... I've been thinking about this. Fen'Harel moved his entire force north of Vizima. No one saw a dragon. When he took Vizima, he didn't have a dragon. He comes here, and suddenly he has a giant fucking dragon.
I've actually been thinking about that myself.
It's not a dragon.
It's maybe a dragon, it may not be, but what I was going to suggest is whatever being from hell he made a deal with probably made him that dragon.
Or it's a druid. The son of a bitch has a couple of druids that can polymorph into a goddamn dragon. Think about it.
I guess I'll explain, where the hell he's keeping it if no one sees it hanging around the camp.
So
it may not necessarily be a druid. Osmond chimes in. There is a spell that mages can learn. Anderson will attest to this. Called polymorph, which will let any magical
I am very well aware of polymorph, Oswin.
Including a dragon.
Yes, I am well aware. Now, that is why you're making these dispel magics. Because we're going to hit every fucker with these. So he can't suddenly polymorph into a goddamn fucking dragon. Because that leads me to my next point. Anaris, I know you're in here.
What's up? I'm on this side now.
You hear that, Lita, and then suddenly you hear that voice from behind you.
What do you mean? I'm on the other side of the table. I'm on the other side. I'm not on Lita's side of the table.
I am everywhere, and I am nowhere.
Yeah, you hear that from behind you, and you go to look, and then suddenly Anaris is on the other side of the table. If no one actually did that.
Schrodinger's Anaris.
Just call me Aion Soze.
I have a very important job for you, particular.
All right.
If you carry this out for me, I am going to reward you quite handsomely from my own personal coffers.
Okay, money.
No. Status. And money.
Well, one implies the other.
Lita goes, Anaris.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be riding out with the main force. Into the heart of their camp.
All right.
Lita looks at Oswin. Is that anti-scrying shit on today?
It never stopped.
Good. Because if we get bamboozled... She points at Rowan. I'm gonna let him kick your ass up and down Main Street.
Down on Main Street.
And then I'm gonna let him, points at Anderson, take your thumbs.
As you say this, you watch Terra Snapdragon, who's been oddly silent for this meeting, and she's had nothing to contribute, just get a very wicked smile.
And And Hell points at her. I'll let her peg you in the ass for an hour.
With the thumbs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Terra at that actually says like, oh, please, Field Marshal, that will not be necessary. He would enjoy that.
With a
I see
pineapple. Anyway,
Ooh. Can it be one of my?
meeting
Can
without
it be
talking
one of
about
my?
pegging?
Can it be one of my
It's
pineapples? Oh, please, dear Creator, no.
but Lita looks at Anaris. If you bring me Fenharel, I will award you a noble house. I will make it my life's goal to ensure that you are a lady of the court, so you can boss around as many people as you want. And they'll have to respect you.
Okay.
If you bring me his body, if you bring me Fenharel and he's dead, Lita points at Enzo. I will make it my life's goal to make sure that man is Pope. And I will do everything in my power to make sure Enzo becomes the next head of the church.
Oh, I'm blushing.
I don't know what to say.
Anderson and Linecore just look at each other confused for a minute, but they don't want to argue. However, Trevelyan does speak up and is just like, you want to send just her after Fenharel?
Nox. Load her up.
Very well.
And Lita looks at Anar.
Well, Burchill's going to respond to the question like, are you forgetting that she's the one who killed Tempest?
The
Wasn't her.
Dream team right me in here.
It happened so fast.
Trevelyan's eyes go incredibly wide at that because I would like to remind you, nobody outside of the party actually knew that.
Ladies and
now.
revealed it.
Lita,
I mean, he revealed it, but Trevelyan is from Skarngard. Nobody in Skarngard knew that.
They just know the woman that 1v1 against Tempest.
Yeah. Lita goes.
One.
Yeah.
Lady, 1v1 and Nox was there, making sure that everything was lit on fire.
She goes. Lita goes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys. And, yeah. Nox filmed it for Instagram.
Well, I also made sure he was blind so she could wail on him.
I know, but we're trying to hype her up right now.
I know, but I'm just mad. Yeah, but I do like the idea that he had the phone out. Like, you're doing good, sweetie.
She is 6'3", and you can't teach that.
she's like,
And for our muscle.
but Lita, and Lita then adds to it. So Lita goes, he is right. Hell, you are short of one person looking at the dream team that orchestrated the death of Ezekiel Tempest.
What?
You honestly think I got this far, gentlemen, just because I look pretty and play fancy notes?
Anderson speaks back up. To be completely honest, we assumed you all got here because you're a badass bitch who takes no prisoners, and about that we were right.
I think Anderson's actually coming around. Lady Ford, I have a proposition.
I also have a proposition, although it's more of a problem. But I have a proposition that we can work around it. But
He outranks him. He outranks
go first, so you go first.
Yeah, when we all used to sit around a bar as like prostitutes, like, ah man, I gotta suck dick tonight. As you knock back a beer.
Nox.
Yeah, we're fighting on this.
Oh yeah, not to mention the tension that one of us might just kill the other.
I like you. Yeah, just I like you, Enzo. I like you too. Meanwhile, they're both got a knife in the other's ribs.
This is like, Enzo, why are you smiling? Oh, Lashinon is under the table. What? Nothing.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Let me.
That actually did happen one session.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like we had to leave, so that was my excuse.
Hobag.
On this raid that we'll do, do you mind if I had a contingent of protection? I have a new spell to put needles. Are you familiar with my my flame body? You are very familiar because you saw what happened after the fucking horses. Remember that? Remember Hunger or Hunger Flesh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You remember Hunger Afresh? Oh yeah, I remember.
So
until now.
Oh wow, I have completely blocked out that memory. Just not imagine. And now,
Rowan's like,
now the flashbacks begin.
I mean, could be worse.
please.
The good news is
Not again.
I will not be using that spell again.
Ever watch a guy go cyber cycle in an orphanage? That's a whole different.
My new spell allows me to summon 10 flame elementals.
Cool.
Then I would just like to have them kind of go wild in their capes.
Nice.
Flame
wants to
always
take-
worked in the past.
Flame elementals will do fine and all, but they're not going to work against devils. They are, after all, from a realm made of fire.
No, you are correct.
Oh, the
They're
troops,
not.
right?
This is only meant to completely destroy their camp as well as their supplies.
Mm-hmm.
And elves are pretty flammable, so.
That is true. They are. That is true. They are flammable.
Everyone's pretty flammable.
See?
And
Gotta
if
be
we
racist. We're equally flammable.
And if we are concerned about not being able to affect the devils, I have a few spells that I can use to channel some divine energy through and to assist.
It's like
On that note, some of the clerics here should be able to do the same.
they can. It's not that. I should clarify. It's not that we're worried about fighting the devils. We're pretty used to it at this point. It's just. It's as I said. They do not sleep. There is a lot of them, and as the Witch Hunter General pointed out, they can't really be killed. If you kill one in the field, you can, with the proper application of magic, you can just bring them back from hell.
That's what the dispel bombs are for, right?
Part of it. But that's also why we ensue chaos. We don't give them the time to resummon these things.
And that's why we're sending the witch hunters. They'll know how to spot their summoners.
Yeah,
We actually already know what their summoners look like. We saw them during our mission in the camp.
Okay,
Wonderful.
We got targets.
I trust Anderson's ability to lead his men.
Mm-hmm.
May
Anderson?
I make a request, Field Marshal? Actually, Anderson does say that.
Certainly.
He's not a witch hunter, but there is someone I want at my side when we do this.
Go on.
I want to take Vlad with me.
Very well. Done.
Yeah, that's it. You're not going to question it.
No. Lita goes, we're all tired.
Anderson, we want this war over, and we want this to be over as swift as a sword strike. If you need anyone, if you need prisoners, you have them at your disposal.
Speaking of, after this, we should probably... Actually... Lita looks...
I've been doing nothing but fighting for the past few days.
Yeah, Lita looks at... Speaking of prisoners... Go get that fucker we have. Bring him here.
You gotta do much specific.
You're gonna be, yeah.
The one that we
and-
captured last time.
Anderson's gonna say like, I would not advise that.
Why?
It's like, well, aside from the fact that he is a very powerful and very dangerous mage aside, we have him. Well, you saw him. He's chained to the walls. We have him there in such a way such that he is not able to speak, move his hands, or do do anything really. I'm not against us going there to talk to him. I just am against the idea of bringing him here.
Staple
You
to
have-
the wall.
Lead it for it. I actually put here for a second. How about this? To make this amenable, there are some other folk that also require attention. How about we let the witch hunters prepare the prisoner to commune with us, and then we go. And then while we wait for that, we can also commune with these dwarves that have walked upon my doorstep.
Very well.
Lita, Burchill. Actually, no, Burchill. Roll for luck for me. Sorry, but
we keep the walls manned. By the way.
Yes, absolutely yes.
Oh, then
I think I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry I interrupted, but teacher goes 13. Okay, I'll say that's enough. Ken, at the mention of dwarves, there has been so much fighting and so much chaos going on for these past few months that you have actually completely forgotten. You actually commissioned a company of dwarves to go scout out those underground caverns where Dante was hiding. Those dwarves never showed up.
God,
And only just now are you remembering that you commissioned that and all that jazz. But yeah, I'm sorry, Zach. You were saying?
no. But Lita and Anaris,
You hear?
if you can't find Fenharel and you see any elves helping him, escorting him out, cut them down where they stand and bring me their heads. I'll pay you 10,000 a head.
Eh?
In our currency.
I suggest extending that offer to the rest of the soldiers.
Nah, I
Stop
still
morale.
paying Eddie's total.
Yeah. No, Lita goes, yeah. And Lita looks at Rowan and gives him a look of like, yeah.
Hell yeah, Batman. Yeah.
And I too have a spell.
Yeah, you watch as Lioncourt's the only one who this would be relevant to. You watch as he kind of grows nervous as the implication of when the hell are we going to get that much money? He's just
I too have a beard.
Yeah. Actually, Lita goes, no, what? Tell them that tell your men, Lord Lioncourt, that for every elf head they bring me, they'll be awarded 10,000 gold when the war is over.
That's every elf. That's every elf head of the enemy elves, not the ones
Correct.
who are actually helping us.
Correct.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Just, for some of our soldiers, I do feel like we should make that distinction.
And also,
That would be implied, yes.
just for the sake of finance, I get money's motivated, but for finances, maybe 1,000, not 10,000.
Oh, I never said I'd be paying them.
I mean, I don't have
Rowan's
money.
just like Killjoy.
Lioncourt speaks up. Are you trying to bankrupt the crown? I mean, if you are, just say it. Like, I won't mind. I just want to know. Are you trying to bankrupt the crown?
Lioncourt,
Down with the monarchy.
Lioncourt, they put me in charge. You're already bankrupt as fuck.
That's true.
Okay, fine.
You watch as Lord Lioncourt looks over to his sister. He's like, How did we get involved in this? He's like, shit happens.
That'd be a good idea. We should put
I
military.
don't know, my biography.
Rowan Lazari's autobiography coming this fall. It happens. Well, no, Lita goes, I don't know, make up a number. I don't care at this point. I just want this done. Hell, tell them... Oh, I don't know. Maybe for every elf they cut down, we'll give them an acre of land.
We'll come up with something that's reasonable yet motivating. But yep, I agree with Robert Burchill. Maybe not 10,000 gold ahead, but like something. I'm going to say at the bare minimum 250 gold an ear. But that's the bare minimum. I'm sure we can come up with a bigger number.
No. Cutting
That's
off
a little more
ears.
culturally insensitive too.
Yeah, Yeah.
You're right, Rowan. I apologize.
Look, okay, look.
Also, then some guy shows up with an odd number of years and just raises questions.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay,
the ear was blown off in an explosion.
Okay, look, how about this? The Crown might not have enough money. However, I know you fuckers have land. So therefore, every head they bring, they get an acre of land somewhere.
That might be motivating.
Land that they can sell, use to make crops, build a retirement home. I don't give a rat's ass.
Perhaps the best motivator would be to combine the two. Maybe less gold per elf head, but you get gold and an acre of land. So you get the land, but you also get the gold to say build a house on that land.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's really incentivizing. That's basically securing your future for at least one generation. Following.
Okay, 1,000 gold and 1 acre of land.
Future.
Mm-hmm.
And Lita goes, very well. That works. Now, Lita looks a little red. I will be making an appearance to motivate your... Lita goes, the entire cavalry, all of our men will be riding out.
I expected nothing less, Field Marshal, but might I suggest something else? I might have an idea. Burchill, once Horace is recovered, would you perhaps ride up with us?
For glory.
If that's where I'm needed.
Well, Lita goes, you see, here's the thing. My thought was, we can have our clerics working around the clock like motherfuckers to make sure that Horace is up and running in the next 24 hours.
I will say, from a mechanics perspective, Horace has full HP. He just needs a bit of rest. He did just fight another Alpha Griffin.
I get that. And Lita... And what Lita is saying is, you see, here's the thing. Anaris isn't going to be riding in with the regular army.
Oh, we figured that.
We're going to airdrop her from Horace.
Fortunate Son playing in my head.
Freedom intensifies. You see, we know what Fenrir looks like. His armor is distinct.
Looks like a bitch.
We'll airdrop her down. The ultimate element's surprise.
So that's what you... Okay, so you'll need me for that instead, it sounds like, because I don't know if Force would just let Anaris ride him exactly. Well, I don't even know if Anaris even knows how to ride anything.
That takes half the time.
Yeah. For those of you that speak Elvish in the room, you hear Lita mumble into her breath in Elvish. If it knew it was good for it to let her ride on its back.
At that, Osmond speaks up. He's like, if that is the plan, then Anderson and I are going to have to work real quick to get this map of their camp set up. If we are airdropping someone in there, it might be best if she knew where she was supposed to land.
Oh no, her orders are as follows. Find the guy who dresses like a pincushion and a bitch.
Well, I mean, it would be nice if she had a point to start. I mean, I doubt the bitch pincushion will show up immediately. He probably has his own private tent, or dare I say, his own Mordenkainen's mansion.
Well, she's not going to... You are all going to be causing the chaos to draw him out. She'll be watching for him.
Well, really, you just launch at Anaris and just wait for it to happen.
That's exactly what's happening.
Airdropping.
Anaris just, like, Freebird intensifies.
Yeah, like, Yeah, at this, Trevelyan speaks back up. It's like, this isn't even touching on the most dare I say, stupidest and dangerous part of this plan. I understand why you want to do this, but how? No, wait, Featherfall is a thing. Never mind.
Yes, it does exist.
And Lita says, look, by the sheer loss of life, this will, even if we don't get Fenharel, by the sheer loss of life in his camp, fully demoralized what is left of his army.
Exactamundo.
You guys do know for a fact from your spies' reports that morale in the camp has been steadily decreasing because of your guys' repeated victories.
And now, we're riding down his camp.
Mm-hmm. The landing part was something that the guys in the fantasy setting couldn't really figure out, because aside from Featherfall, how would we, not crush her as soon as she...
But Lita says, even if this attack fails to get him, we're still going to wipe out a majority of his force. Moreover, we're going to raise their camp to the ground. And Lita goes, also, we're going to tell all of your men, if you find caches of supplies, destroy them. Burn the food. Make it inedible.
Delicious.
Destroy it. There will be nothing.
I think some of the clerics of the Eternal Fire have spells that can help with that.
Because when I look
elementals.
By the end of this week, when I look out from my walls of my city, I don't want to see an encampment. I want to see a ruin. I want to see a testament to why you do not fuck with me.
Dun dun dun.
We should have
Lord Lioncourt speaks back up. This actually leads me into what I was going to suggest. Field Marshal, if you'll recall earlier in the war, you and Burchill had me and my troops figure out a way to deal with the dragon, as the Lioncourts are a distinguished family of dragon slayers.
Well, you've done a bang-up job thus far.
Well, that's what I was going to suggest. We have a solution. There is just one problem that I'm hoping that we can figure out a solution to here. Searching through our family's old archives and records, we have discovered, I suppose you could call it a lance, but like, if I had one here to show you, it'd be easier. But once it pierces through the dragon's skin, or even better, its wings, it unfurls and hooks into it. And if it's attached to a chain per se, you could anchor a dragon to the ground. The problem is, in order to pierce the dragon's in scales, this thing needs to be of a certain size, and as such, it's meant to be fired from ballistas. So, as such, assuming Fenharel and his dragon does show up, we need to be able to fire these things from something that moves?
Not a character, not necessarily. Because if someone were able to fire this, would this be a deck shot?
Technically yes, because it is a ranged weapon. But like, you know how in the movie version of The Hobbit they had those black arrows fired from those ballistas? That's basically what they're suggesting.
I think Burchill will be able to fire that just fine. He can pick it up himself.
Dude, like one of these things is like this long.
Yeah,
and weighs like 50 pounds.
If Burchill's 12 feet tall and can lift 8 times his normal limit, and this weapon will scale with him, or he can pick that weapon up because he becomes proficient in it. I got new tricks.
Will he still be able to ride Horus?
If Horus is even bigger.
Wouldn't Horus be as big as the dragon then, if that's the case?
Yes! Yes!
But yeah, we don't have to have a.
We're gonna.
We just have Burchill hold the damn thing.
So in the event that the dragon shows up, Jayson, we're gonna pump Horus and Burchill full of drugs, so they're basically like Norse giants. And then Horus is gonna be damn near as big as the dragon. Burchill's going to have the ballista and wield it like a kid's toy.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Because now he's. So also because he's bigger, he's going to have more proficiencies to be able to hit the broadside of the stupid thing.
Yeah, I got a lot of lists of what this stuff does.
It's just like, I'm gonna roll for something. Lady Snapdragon then speaks up. Go ahead.
We're going under the assumption that Fenrir's dragon's an actual dragon, not a druid, right?
But yeah, if the druid turns into it, we're still going to need to deal with it.
I mean, like, even if it is a druid, this is still going to work because the way mechanic-wise, the way polymorph and B-shape works is that you have to burn through the creature's HP before it reverts back to whatever it is.
Yeah.
That is how.
And it's an ice dragon, from what we've been able to gather. And so,
too, more or less.
Well, also she points at Enzo with all the fire elementals. If it goes sideways,
Do we have a way to, like, are we trying to lure him somewhere?
Well, to be
Yes.
Trevelyan speaks back up. Well, to be completely honest, without a full layout of this camp and knowing where he's going to be when he appears, we have no idea where he'll be. For all we know, he might just get on the back of his dragon and fly out the second we appear, which does sound very likely, actually.
Fucking tent.
I'm just bringing it up because he kind of wants to point to the sword. Really bad.
Literally.
Why?
He also runs a lot. He is a coward.
Why? What's so special about that sword?
Special.
At this, both Oswin and Anderson, and even Tara raise eyebrows. Like, actually, no, Lioncourt does too. Can we see it?
No.
Like shows it.
I'm gonna say you just pull out the blade so they could see it, because if you put it on the table, it's gonna freeze the table. But,
no, he just holds it like that.
Yeah, but yeah, you show them your sword, and at the sight of this, like, actually, I'm gonna have them roll.
That's enough.
Okay. Anderson recognizes a magic artifact when he sees one, so that's just how he sees it. Lioncourt does not know what this is. Oswin and Tara, however, they recognize it, and as soon as they see it, they're just like, "Do you realize what you have?"
Fuck 50.
Sword.
It's a sword, yes, but okay. This isn't widely known, There's no reason it would be, but that is one of the 10 blades of the Anaris. From the most ancient of ancient elvish lore, we've been able to excavate through archaeological digs and finding the few sanctuary city elves we've been able to talk to, and all of that. Those weapons were wielded by the 10 elven kings who established the sanctuary cities that they live in today. And they were possibly used in the old elf empire when they ruled the world. That's not just a fancy weapon. That's a status symbol. If you wield that thing, you're basically saying you are king.
Yeah, hell yeah.
There you go. Well, Rowan's king now.
Rowan kind of looks at Lita like,
Oh, I am King Rowan, long may he reign.
Yeah, Lita looks at Rowan and just kind of gives him a look gives him that like sibling look that's just like, okay, Okay, Mr. High and Mighty, we'll go to the Applebee's.
I'd like to point out, Jayson, that when you went to rescue your father, he got that sword from an archaeologist.
Thanks, Indiana Jones.
Belongs in a
Fucking
Well,
music.
he's dead now, but he got the sword.
Rowan's like, I want to see you try and put it.
But actually, at this, Lion Court slams his fist on the table. That's how we get him. That's how we draw him out.
That's what I'm saying.
Fuck him in the
And
ass.
while he
If you want, I can be part of. I can be with
Mhm.
the charge. I know Anaris is gonna be like kamikaze. If I'm part of the charge, we keep him in that area where Anaris is and where Burchill is and all that stuff. We keep him stayed there because that's an opportunity to swoop down and take his precious sword.
Yeah.
This is like, okay.
He'll never see it coming. He'll be focused on you. It's like, oh shit, this guy wants to be the king. Oh, back punch, donkey punch to
It's
the
like-
head.
Lita, actually, Anaris, I believe it was your suggestion. Do you remember earlier in this war you challenged Fenrirel to an honorable duel to end this, and he rejected it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What if Rowan was the one who challenged him to a duel? Because Fenrirel doesn't respect any of us because we're not elves. He's a half-elf, and he's wielding a sword made for kings. If Rowan challenges him to a duel, he might be more inclined to accept it. And with the declining morale in his camp, if the enemy elven army were to see their leader fight and defeat somebody wielding another blade of the Evanuris, that might raise morale. Now, I doubt Fenrirel's going to fight honorable, but neither will we. If we draw Fenrirel out into this one-on-one duel, then that's where Anaris comes in.
Nah.
It's like, yeah, I'll make some pretty swings with my sword, and Anaris should come behind him to the stroke.
Not hard.
And while she's punching him, he's
That's
slowly
not-
getting the blade into his heart.
And then while that's going on, Burchill can pin the dragon to the ground, and it's like, forgive me, I'm not versed in magic. I don't know the first thing about it. Oswin, is it possible to conceal a very large number of soldiers? And at this, Oswin's lips start to curl upwards. Do you want them invisible behind the fog or underground? Let's just go with invisible for now.
Yeah, high level get mass invisibility. I don't get that as an alchemist.
Because basically what Lion Court is suggesting is you have Rowan call him out, make it look like it's just him, but then like suddenly army appears.
Or reverse it. Army burns down the village. Army burns down the camp, sorry. And, all is lost, and then I come up like, yeah, that's right! And then,
Call him out and say, you want to be king, like you have the right to it.
Also,
Actually, here we
make
can
it
have
feel like
our.
this was all my idea.
Yeah, we could literally have our men as they're riding into the fort, into this fucking camp, basically chanting about how like all for the glory of the true elf savior, Rowan Lazare.
Hey,
Oh, you're gonna make me blush.
We should have make a banner with a wolf on it, because because he took off that wolf's head with his bare hands. Remember?
I would like to remind you guys, Rowan's unofficial title in Sanctuary is the Wolf Slayer because he killed a werewolf.
Yeah.
And so
Hey, let's put
here,
Rowan on the throne once we defeat the elves.
no, we're not putting him on the
love
wall.
that idea.
King Rowan, long may he reign.
Hey, this way we don't have take out the entire race. We'll just have Rowan lead it and get rid of all the demons.
I would like to point out that Rowan is a half-elf, and most of those pure-blooded elves do not like him just because of that.
Hey, we'll
I'm now-
take out a lot of
the elves.
take out a lot of the nobles, but
I'm now imagining, and like it's like the ending of Conan with Rowan on the fucking throne. And it's just like he reigned for all of 20 minutes.
And this story shall also be told.
It just cuts to Rowan and it says 20 minutes later, well, I'm bored.
Yeah, he wouldn't like it.
No,
But-
like if he reads this and all of a sudden it's like, and he made an invisible spider come from the darkness and slay Fenharel. His magic is his power.
Alright, so
Fenrirel has a dragon. Rowan has the spider.
Dragon. These nuts.
So
You have a dragon. I have a child soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Anaris furiously teabags the dragon.
Alright, so
What the hell are you doing, Anaris? It's a cultural thing.
So we put Rowan as part of
Hey, don't be
the
racist.
force that's going in.
I'm asserting
and,
dominance.
taking out the elves, right? So we burn all the stuff to have the witch hunters cause a distraction.
Mhm.
In the midst of that, like Rowan calls them out.
Oh, yeah.
Anaris is ready on for orbital drop, and then
Yep.
we just and Burchill will also be there. We're ready with his ballista.
Yeah. Yep. So that way, and then, so while that's so basically that happens. The minute Fenrirel appears, takes a swing at Rowan. Anaris drops and fucking bamboozles the shit out of him.
And
He's
then,
like,
me
if we're going to do this,
Horse and Burchill fight the dragon.
and then me
Yeah, Horse
and
and- yeah.
God damn it, Gabrielle and
Yeah.
Why am I blanking on Temme's name? God damn it.
Enzo.
Enzo.
Thank you. Yeah, all of us will play like keep away from like demons and other stuff, so that they can beat the shit out of them, and also the dragon, right? We'll play support.
This is going.
Enzo, do you need to be close to those fire elementals for them to be working? Is there like a range thing?
Nope, I just need to summon them. It takes about 10 minutes, though.
I mean, you can summon them beforehand.
Yes, but I'd like to just for them to pop up at the camp and add behind our line of soldiers as they look back and realize there's the army, and then there's 10 giant fire elementals that are just mowing down everything we put up in the past month.
Nice.
So the rest of us, we can
Terrifying.
focus on
Let's
the dragon, ads while they take out Fenrirel.
It's like if we're going to do this, timing is going to be critical. If we're going to have a Anaris airdrop and hit Fenrirel, and if this works out the way I imagine it will, Fenrirel is going to get off of his dragon to fight Rowan. So we want to time this for the instant that dragon flies away. The instant they're separated, that's when Anaris should drop in and take out Fenrirel.
If he makes it fly away.
Lita. And then Lita goes. Actually, that's where Lita goes. You'd have to have a reason to fly away.
I mean, look at all the chaos we're causing. Osmond is just like, actually, Osmond says goes. I have a suggestion. We're going to need to pick our targets when we raid this camp. So it's the most devastating amount of damage first. What if we know where they are? We saw them when we infiltrated the camp. What if we hit the hippogriff pens first? They lose their aerial superiority, or at the very least, the vast majority of them. So if Fenrirel gets off of his dragon to fight Rowan, he's going to need to send the dragon to back up the remaining hippogriff riders.
Lita goes, Enzo,
Yes.
since we have a few hours before this, can you teach me how to convert a certain spell of yours into a rune so we can use it on the hippogriff riders?
Cannibal bombs!
Oh, I hate runes. I hate runes.
Which spell did you have in mind?
You know.
I think it'd be much more chaotic if the hippogriffs started eating each other.
Yes!
Rowan's like, oh, no, never mind. I'm not going anywhere near that camp.
No, it's there.
Only over there! Over there is taking care of itself.
Literally.
I'm probably still going to hear it. But still here the first time we did this.
Kinky.
I'm not proud either, but when you're committing war crimes, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Terra Snapdragon at this
My goodness.
Commit less, so just keep adding on.
You know, Rowan,
Terra
it's a good thing you
Snapdragon at
weren't
this
there
actually
this
raises your hand. I'm sorry, I'm confused.
For the
What
second
did you guys do? What spell are you talking about?
Hunger of
Bloody
flesh. Yeah, Lita goes, don't worry about it. Oh, don't worry about it. But just for the sake of everything, by the time we're done, the elves will be not only demoralized, but also traumatized.
Just as a reminder, the Greater is a good god. Wink, wink.
Yeah, Lita says, "Well, sometimes to see God, you have to do the devil's work."
That is literally the motto of the witch hunters.
Awesome. Let's
So
play
they-
on then. This is perfect.
So, all right, so, Kuzlin speaks up. So let me see if I have this all understood. Like I understood how this is going to go from beginning to end. We get all our forces together and raid the camp. We send in the witch hunters in front to deal with the devils. We send the wild ones in around back, which Trevelyan to get them from behind. Rowan goes in with the witch hunters and calls out Fen Harel. While this is happening, I think it would be best if we had Enzo and his 10 fire elementals take out the hippogriff pens because mass destruction and mass confusion. Once the majority of the hippogriffs are gone, Fen Harel will send his dragon to support the remaining hippogriff riders because they will lose aerial superiority. Once that happens and the two of them are separated, and ideally when Rowan and Fen Harel begin to duel, that's when they will. Burchill will airdrop Anaris into the battle where she will help take him out, and then Burchill and Horus, now giant size, will go and take on the dragon and pierce it with these hook ballista shells so that it can be brought to the ground to more easily kill. Actually, about that, how are we going to get it to the ground once it's pierced? And Terra is I have a solution for that. There's a certain spell that druids get called Earthbind.
Ooh.
If we can, Burchill, dearie, if you can pierce this dragon with enough of these arrows, let's just call them arrows. That's what they'll be to you. The more you pierce them, the easier it will be to bind the dragon. One it will probably be able to resist, but if you can get say 5 or 6. Well, that's just going to make it more difficult then, isn't it? More than 6? Oh, it's not getting back up. Now, don't quote me on that. I'm just estimating. It might take 10, it might take 12, but the point is, the more you pierce it with these things, the more difficult it will be for it to actually get back off the ground.
Very well, I could most certainly try.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also, Nox, just as a monster hunter by trade, you would know this. Back when dragons were still a thing, there was actually a standing bounty on all dragons. Like that was the incentive to kill them all when they were a threat. That bounty is technically still a thing because they never rescinded it. There were just no more dragons, so nobody's been paying the bounty. So if you and Burchill were to bring the head of the dragon, assuming it is a real dragon, to like a king or queen or like the local lord, they by law should pay the bounty.
I'm gonna whisper to Burchill real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If we end up getting this thing's head, take it to the king in the capital, money will never ever be an issue for the rest of your life and even to your grandkids.
Let's go back. Considering that that seems that every other noble family here has been riding the coattails of the Dragon Slayer ancestors. Sure.
It's like actually almost as if on cue, Lion Court speaks back up. Is like if we're taking down this dragon, it would be an honor to my ancestors if I were to aid you in this battle. In fact, I may actually have a dragon slaying weapon.
Grab it. What's he waiting for?
Yeah, it's called Horus.
It's in my camp. We've been using it to fight.
I thought you were about to say it's in his kitchen.
That's not the same thing.
It's in my kitchen. It's in my kitchen. We use
Paninis.
Here is how we shall defeat the wagon with whip,
That'll probably just defeat the dragon by itself.
A cooking contest against the dragon. Dragons are vain creatures, so they have to
No.
accept.
This is going to be the most chaotic final battle I think any of us have done in any game, because usually it's just the party versus one guy. Like, if this plan goes off without a hitch, this might be the end of the campaign. There are going to be multiple battles in multiple locations.
Yes.
And
we kill that elf
and
that dragon.
Lita puts her hand on Little Red's shoulder to help incentivize this. I will ride out with my men.
Oh, Nox gonna be close to you then.
The rest of the room goes silent. Are you sure that's wise, Field Marshal?
I'm a bard. My job is to inspire courage and morale.
If that is the case, say, Anaris, since you are the one who commissions these, might we take down some of those magic speakers you installed into the city walls and carry them with us into battle so that Lita's voice might be heard in the advancing army as well as one behind?
Are we making the doof war? Are you turning Lita into the doof warrior?
I was
Yes! Just imagine this, because this is what they're suggesting. Lita's going to be with the wild ones going in from behind, but if you have the speakers from the army up front, the elves are going to assume that Lita is there up front.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Having the field marshal and the future Grand King of the Elves on the field at the same time would definitely incentivize her to swoop down. So
This entire situation seems very...
I don't like it, but it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what was that, Mike?
This entire situation seems very familiar to something that I did earlier.
Everyone looks confused.
Anaris is having a non-flashback to her time in the other world, right?
Yep.
We're not storming a tower anytime, are we?
No.
We already did that. We did that tower already.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Lita, play this if you're the doof warriors going in.
You like your butt.
Or, just play anything by Cell Dweller, because Cell Dweller is awesome.
No, I got an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So you tell Mommy, like 10 years,
full on.
10 years down the road, Mommy, how did you ride into battle against Fenrir, against the elves? It was weird.
Shiny and chrome.
Yeah, with her wings out shiny.
Didn't you explain to me once, Grant, that this guy has an entire written backstory?
Yeah, it's like they found him in a cave. He's completely blind and albino, but he was a prodigy at the guitar, so they just like, hey, let's let him play for us.
Mm-hmm.
He's also wearing his mom's face.
Yeah, that too.
Oh. I mean, this is Mad Max. That's kind of normal.
I mean, I've heard more wild things, like apparently a random dude you kill in an elevator in Halo has a whole book dedicated to him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so...
Character's great.
With this plan, at the very least, the beginnings of it forms, all of your generals look at each other and just be like, we're gonna need some time to iron out the finer details of this plan, and if it's going to better succeed, we're going to need that map of the elf camp.
Mm-hmm.
So since we have other things to attend to, we should probably see to those for the time being.
We are out in 48 hours.
Zach, do I give my dispel magic, like the schematics, to the clown?
Yeah, I'd give it to him just so he can.
So the soldiers can have them.
Oh, I thought you said give the schematics of the clown, and I'm like, when did we get a clown?
You've always had a clown!
Not
clown schematics.
Since everyone is Since everyone's dispersing for a moment, this will be a good opportunity for a bathroom break.
But Lita's going to say Lita's going to tell Kuzlin, or going to tell the troops, whatnot. We ride out in 48 hours.
We right out.
Yeah, they heard. They heard. But yeah, bathroom break.
Break.
Cool.
Alright.
I'm going to go use.
Yeah, because Jayson said so, we shall resume. So, everybody disperses. Anderson and Oswin go off to start recalling from memory what the layout of the elf camp looks like. Like the Lion Court's getting the soldiers ready. Like Anderson's gonna give some quick orders to the witch hunters before he goes back with Oswin. And Tara is going to put some things of her own together that she's going to keep on the back burner for the time being. And Little Red is going to prep the cavalry troops for a sudden insursion into the rear of the Elven camp, which she is now effectively calling Operation Rear End.
Maybe you should workshop that.
Mm-hmm.
For the wild ones, it's a fitting code name.
Now the question is, do we go talk to the shorties or do we go talk to Hannibal Lecter?
Well, I mean, that's up to you guys, but the shorties are right there and require no preparation, whereas if you'll recall, like some of the clerics were prepping the elf for interrogation so that he could not be a threat to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
The shorties heard us call it the shorty in trouble.
Shorty Patrol. Hey, John. Since can we play them talking to each other ourselves, please?
I feel like that would just be way too confusing, so I'm gonna say no.
I know what the characters were gonna.
Me?
I have notes too. So.
But come on, it'll be funny. Zach talking in a Russian accent, then having to respond as Lita, like, "What did you just say? Come on, it'll be funny. Come on."
Yeah, sorry, no, I'm not gonna let you guys have conversations with yourselves. If we did, we'd be here all day.
You have conversations with yourself all the time.
But most of those are off screen. But
it would have been funny.
So anyway, does just Enzo and Lita go, or does the whole party go to talk to these shorties?
What does Lita want? Does she want us to go talk to random dwarves? What?
Come on, everybody, let's go interrogate the dwarves.
Hey guys!
Hey!
Ooh!
I mean, Burchill doesn't have anything to do until he and Horse are punching some drugs.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you head on over to the meeting room 3 where the dwarves are, and you find that they have burned through most of your prepared meats, at least for right now, and 2 entire casks of Nox's moonshine, because regular liquor for them just doesn't do it. Especially after what they've seen.
Yeah, after what they went through, they deserve it.
It's just like, okay, so seeing all of you walk in, like they immediately just jump up to attention and they sit up and
adjust my head.
And just for the others who weren't there, you see three dwarves. One doesn't have a shirt and is covered in tattoos and has a very scraggly but graying beard and really long hair. He is also built like a goddamn tank and could probably lift Rowan armor and all over his head. What?
I want to see him try.
One of these dwarves, it looks like a member of ZZ Top. Literally, actually. And the last one looks like if God wanted you to live, he would not have created him. It's literally just the soldier from Team Fortress 2 as a dwarf and a beard. And I believe a top hat, because that was the token you sent, Ken?
No, it was like a captain's hat that also, like the soldier covers his eyes.
Ah, okay. So,
yeah, I've got the bowler on.
Yeah, Oh, thanks, Jayson. Alright, I'll be courteous. We'll give him a second.
Oh, Jayson disappeared.
There he is.
Is he?
So anyway, as you guys walk in, the ZZ Top Dwarf jumps up. The other two look like they're gonna speak. He's like, okay, before anything else, you're Lita Ford, the real lady Lita of House Ford, right?
Yes.
And you're the real Robert Burchill.
Yes. I don't know of any fake ones running around.
Okay, thank the stone, because I suppose you should probably know there is a fake Lita and a fake Robert Burchill running around. Although we did just send them into those tunnels, so they're probably dead by now.
Get their money.
He's like, but anyway, that aside, thank the stone that you're here. Like, there's something that you need to know. That's you then see all three of them start to spasm out for a little bit, and it's weird. It looks like they're having a seizure, but it only lasts for a single second, and then they all just stop and stand up perfectly straight. Whereupon the one with the bowler hat looks right at Lita. He's like,
Oh, she's controlling us, that bitch.
It's like, apologies, Lady Ford. I regret that this is the manner in which this is the first time we speak. But I feel as if, given everything that's going on, it's time we got properly introduced. And all of you can tell, especially you, Enzo, who's more magically inclined and knows how to deal with it. These guys are puppets.
Damn it, we shouldn't have let her get so close.
Mm-hmm.
You're muted, Temme.
Fuck off. I was thinking, don't get so close to me. Or don't stand so close to me.
Alright.
So, these guys are probably either dead or useless after this.
Oh no! They're very much alive and perfectly healthy. I'm just speaking through them. You see, I gave them a message to give to you, but then in retrospect, I realized that they would probably botch the message, so I figured it would just be easier to give it to you myself.
So the message is
So like, right to the point. I like that, Enzo. The soldier dwarf starts saying, and then the monk dwarf starts speaking. And just like, I would actually like us to discuss that in person, face to face.
Answer the question.
You see, I want to help you.
you're going to have to be a lot more specific than that. There's a war going on. So you need, what task are you helping with?
It's like, you see, the elves have something that they've been holding back all this time. Something that all of you, with all of the power and resources that you wield, can't fight. And even if you could fight it, you certainly wouldn't win. Some of you may have even heard it.
Yeah, that fucking thing in the sky.
And so, like,
It was just a bad dream.
this is like, do you actually say that in character?
Too.
Okay, it's like exactly the fucking thing in the sky. It's like this creature. It's not something that you can just kill, not with anything that you have. I, however, know of a way to stop it.
What do you want, you cagey bitch?
That is what I would like to discuss with you in person. It's like you see. As much as I would like to have an entire conversation through these three dwarf proxies, it's honestly kind of annoying, and maintaining the spell is a bit of a headache after an extended period of time. Plus, we've never had a real conversation, Lady Ford. I'd like to change that.
And you couldn't just show up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Have an incredibly powerful and dangerous person who's obviously a mage show up in the church full of people whose only job it is to kill mages.
You apparently are very uninformed. Do you know how many of those I have in here right now?
Like,
You realize I'm the acting archbishop right now? So if someone with incredible magic power showed up and you said, "Hey, I need to see the archbishop," they're probably going to listen, because right now I'm entertaining guests of that quality. So how about you show up here, hurry up, we're busy. So if you have some useful information that is going to save the lives of this entire city, it seems to be a moral obligation that you should probably come and do that. And now we're going to leave. And Enzo turns and walks out of the room. Tired? All these machinations. Only my machinations are matter anymore.
Alright, since Enzo's no longer in the room,
Mic drop.
yeah, since Lita's no longer in the room, the three dwarves look to the rest of you and just like, yeah, how do I put this? I don't trust all of you not to kill me if I show up there.
I don't
Like,
kill
as soon as I show up,
Well, it depends. Well, I can't speak for everyone else here, but that depends. I have one question for you. Are you controlling Dante, or is he doing all this under his own volition?
sort of both.
About game. Yeah, we're gonna fucking kill her.
Give me a direct answer, because that'll determine if I have to break my morals.
Well, let's see how best to explain this. You know how Fenharel made a deal with the devil to get an army of devils? Let's just say we have kind of a similar arrangement.
So he asked for this. Out of character.
I mean,
he asked
it's more like he asked for this, and it's not what he thought it would be.
He actually replied to the call asking about his extended warranty.
This is what happens. You become a puppet of hell.
This is like, so there's your answer, and that is exactly why I don't want to go up there to talk to you, because after you hear some of the things I have to say, I don't trust that you won't just turn around and kill me where I stand.
He's not saying a goddamn word.
We're in a state of war and we haven't killed you yet. We let you get this far. Why would we kill you now?
Hey, if you're so paranoid about meeting someone that will kill you, why not just meet me? I don't kill people.
Oh, I know that. I know you don't kill people. I know everything about every single one of you.
Good for you.
Really?
Yes.
If that's the case, then why were you afraid? Hey, you're speaking with me, unless you were certain I'd make an exception for you.
Probably because with the question you just asked me about Dante, then yes, I was certain that you would make an exception for me.
Look, I'm gonna be blunt here. I have to go prepare for what is going to be a very long, very decisive battle that is going to end this stupid fucking war once and for all.
A very long and decisive battle that you have no chance in hell of winning.
How do you know that?
Because I know what that thing in the sky is, and I know how to get rid of it.
Alright, well, we're talking. I'm not coming down there, and you're not coming up here. For obvious reasons. Therefore, you're going to tell me exactly what I want to fucking hear before I decide to resend a bunch of fucking plans and send every goddamn thing at my fucking disposal, all 50,000 of my men, into the sewer to bring your stupid, dykey, bitch corpse to me. You blithering waste of cunting time.
Okay, that's how you want to play this. Fine. If you don't come down and talk to me, I'll send Dante to kill that daughter of yours.
Fuck.
Okay, Anaris. I say we send Anaris
Fine.
down there.
Fine. I'll go down there. I will nike you out. I will bring you back above ground. You know me so well, right? You know me so well. What's my name?
Above character, I actually don't know what your name is.
What's my name?
I don't have.
Malediction.
I don't have. Is it like?
Does she say that?
It's like,
What's my name?
Well, above game. I know Anaris has a full name, but I just know Anaris because I frequently use it.
Does she say
But does
Anaris?
the character know her name?
Malediction. What does she say?
I was just like, it's like, your name is Anaris, and your parents were members of Lawrence's monster hunting company.
Yes, so you know my name, and you know who I am, and you know what I can do, and how I can get to you not very hard and bring you back here. You either stop playing with us, like you're some sort of Arasaka Corpo right there, or you fucking actually assist us right here.
It's like, the Arasaka Corpos are cowards who will stab you in the back at the first sign of trouble. I actually want to help you. You guys are just being difficult. I do not want to go up. I do not want to go up there specifically because there are a bunch of people who want to kill me, and I feel much safer down here. If it's any consolation, I will have Dante here with me so that you can see he is not doing anything, and you have my word which I do keep. Dante can attest to that. That all of you will walk away just fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
I don't
Okay.
know that yet.
I don't give a shit about Dante. Speaking about everyone in this room right here, I know you like Dante, looks over at Burchill, but if it's Dante and this woman right there that's the problem, I don't care.
Look, she already threatened to use him to kill Pyrrha. I have priorities. Fuck Dante. I hate to say it, but fuck Dante.
Lady, you have no cards to hold. You have no eddies on your side to assist us. You have no cyberware to help us in any way. Not
You have
like it with
everything.
me. So shut the fuck up and either assist or die by getting gassed.
Look, you have nothing to lose and nothing
You
to
sum
gain
up
here.
every person that we've met here recently.
And if you go after my family, you know the extent of what will happen to you.
It's like,
Be a mercy.
You know exactly what I will do. You know who I'll send after you, right? You know so much about me, right? My uncle is on his way.
it's like,
I will send him to meet you. And I will explain to him, that you made the same cocksucking deal with the outside forces as I did. However, I have the benefit of being family. You don't have that advantage. So, how about this? You explain to me what the fuck you need, what the fuck you want, because we're not wasting our goddamn time going down to the sewers. We already sent men down there to do that. They did their job. They came back. So, you're talking through this guy here in front of me, this shirtless guy who looks like he's a pussy slayer. So, you tell me, what the fuck you want? Right here, right now. You don't want to go up, we don't want to go down.
I will say.
So, we're at a middle ground right here, right now. This is how we're going to do this. Because we don't have the time to go down there. We don't have the means to go down there. Got it? In the same way that you don't want to come up here because it's a trap and we're probably going to kill you. We're not going to go down there because it's a lot of us and you in your fucking creepy sewer dungeon fortress. So, maybe you can come to a middle ground and understand long enough to pull your head out of your fucking ass. And I'm gonna roll diplomacy.
Sure, go ahead.
That's a 30.
Yeah, just talk to
Okay,
the dwarves. That's fine. Just sit them in the chairs.
And it's like,
Dwarf radio.
it's like, fine. You don't want to come down here. I get it. Name the time and place. Somewhere outside of the city, away from that camp of yours.
Have you been outside the city lately, lady?
Yes.
Ah, for Christ's sake.
Oh, dumb.
You know what? Here's where we're gonna meet, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
We got a ship in the harbor.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be on that ship at midnight tonight. If you're a minute early, I'm stabbing you in the cunt. If you're a minute late, I'm stabbing you in the cunt.
Goodness.
That's pretty.
So, and by the way, if Dante shows up, I'm forcing his head up your ass. You come alone.
It's like,
you come alone, I come alone.
Alone, you say? Fine. Alone. Of course, with just the skeleton crew of the ship to maintain it. But here. But
No. You don't get to fucking parlay, bitch. You don't get any special favors.
I think I do, because here's my
the fuck up.
If you don't let me speak, I'll activate my
knocking the dwarf out.
If you the other one speaks.
Dwarf out. I knocked the dwarf out.
There were 3.
I knocked the dwarves out. It's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
Plonk, plonk, tonk. They're down.
Mm-hmm.
Above table?
Shut
I'm
the fuck
tired
up.
of this cagey shit.
Bullshit. You do this every time.
Just kiss principal, this fucker.
Alright.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Okay, so time and place. Where are you meeting?
We're meeting at midnight on the ship.
Okay, so give me really quick to draw a base map of the ship. Oh, wrong button. Okay. Okay, draw shape. Oh, freehand.
I saw that too.
This is wrong.
It may be wrong, but it's so right.
Alright, so here we go. So player characters.
Yes.
Okay.
Just Lita?
Yeah. It's a 1v. It's a one-on meeting, so that way there's no tomfoolery.
Alright.
Sure. 1-on-1. Got it.
Which means that Anaris is probably clinging under the boat with a snorkel.
Well, I assumed Anaris was going to be there.
Bold of you to assume I need to breathe.
Oh,
It's like, alright, it's going to be a one-on-one meeting. Right. Plus Anaris. Of course, plus Anaris. What do you...
Plus Anaris. Yeah, of course Anaris. Plus Burchill. Oh,
where is?
What's this? What?
I imagine
Also, we are bringing the king of the country here as well, just for funsies. You can have him.
Okay. Okay.
Just take the case here and be like, you know what? You're now a political tool. What? Have at it.
I grabbed the king of Syria by his ankles, and I wheeled him like a melee weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
only a +1 strength.
We need you to charge.
Okay, so for the sake of this meeting, just so I know what this character will say, do you actually come alone? And if so, where is everybody else?
I have given Anaris my Dimension Door cloak, and she is currently sitting on a rowboat in range of the spell. And in case I yell the word pumpernickel, she will fucking bounce in, use the Dimension Door cloak to fucking hit her in the back.
Just watching. Waiting.
Okay. Everyone else, where are you?
Standby or not, Lita?
You're all in the
even
boat
if you're-
with Anaris.
Yeah, even if you're not there, I do still need to know where you guys are.
I'd imagine, I don't know, does everybody want to be in the boat with Anaris and Anaris is bundled up like a fucking burrito?
That's probably fine.
Burrito.
You know what? I could be kind of on standby with some city guard soldiers, whatever, to like just in case, not like right there, but just in case something goes down. There's like a small band of fighters I can bring in just in case something goes really serious.
Mm-hmm.
Not like right down the street, but like a couple blocks away, just in case things go down.
Mm-hmm.
Drugs.
Right.
Drugs.
Okay, so like, where are you going to be, Jayson? Are you also going to be on a boat, or are you just going to be on shore?
Is the boat docked?
No, it is out in the water. The only people on that boat, other than Lita and the person she's meeting, are the skeleton crew to maintain the boat and keep it afloat.
And I'll be with some boys in the dock somewhere, just so we can quickly get out there if need be.
Okay. Enzo, where are you? Are you still doing stuff in the church, working on your machinations?
No, I'm with the group.
Okay. Nox, where are you?
Somewhere on standby in case the
Okay.
pumpernickel gets called.
Okay.
So, pumpernickel!
Running.
Now, I actually do not know the answer to this, but in a fantasy medieval setting such as this, is there a way to specifically tell when it is exactly midnight?
The clock.
We have
a clock.
clocks.
Only rich people
On the
have
ship?
clocks, though.
On the ship?
Yeah.
We are rich people.
It's called
We are rich.
Watch.
Yeah. I am the 1%.
I am the one who knocks.
No, you're the 0.1% now.
I am the economy. I am the economal.
I remember earlier in this campaign, your guys' main motivation for fighting was fuck the rich.
Yeah, and now we are. Well, you see, here's the thing, John. Much like any group of people who start out wanting to destroy the establishment, the idea has become the institution.
By the time the revolution finishes, you're already planning for the next one.
Yep.
Or
I don't know.
You
Knox
don't-
is just
you
kinda
either-
helping the rich at this point.
you either die the hero or live enough to see yourself become the villain.
We're already villains.
Alright, so, Lita, you are on this ship. Anaris has your Dimension Door cloak. The rest of the party is on standby in case something goes wrong. I imagine you have some form of pocket or wristwatch on your person, so you know when it is exactly midnight.
Keeping in theme with all of my, well, actually, keeping in theme with a bunch of my characters,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll get this reference.
Mm-hmm.
Lita has a silver.
Mm-hmm.
No, Lita has a silver pocket watch.
Okay.
Well,
Now,
it is. Remember what I told you? The most powerful magic is the magic of friendship. No! What the it's chronomancy! Chronomancy is the most powerful magic.
I take a price must be paid. Isn't that right, Mr. Gibbons?
What? What? Shoot Mr. Gibbons. Fucking caps himself. What the fuck?
so,
Price must be paid.
I was gonna accept cash.
Jayson, by the way, you now have fashionable earrings that can speed dial the entire party. So, just be aware of that. Yeah, it's not just you. So, Lita.
I had an email. I had an email pop up on my notifications on my desktop, and it said like, "Get them gift cards."
Mm-hmm.
Like, son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
The price must be paid. I got a thing for Dairy Queen. That'll be enough.
What?
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right.
But Lita, you are on the ship. Everybody is everybody's set up. And as you take out your pocket watch to see whether or not it's close to midnight, you see the second hand tick by. And then, as if on cue, the second all hands reach the top and it is midnight, you hear a voice from behind you say, "Wow!" It's like, "Wow, you actually got on this boat by yourself. I am impressed, and I also appreciate that you keep your word. And as you see, I keep mine."
You see, that's a
And-
funny thing. Everybody in this.
I was going to describe what she looks like, but you can talk first.
No, I was gonna say. Lita said, "Like, I'm surprised you kept your word." And this was like, "That's the thing everybody keeps forgetting. I'm one of the few people. I'm one of 6 people in this city who actually manages to keep their stupid word."
And I'd like to think I'm one of the other 6. And just to turn around, as you can see actually you've seen this woman before. Just like
Yeah, I saw her at the party.
yeah, it's just like very very tall, very buxom, silver hair. She is still wearing that very form-fitting shiny blue dress despite the weather. You also one difference that you notice this time is she has a satchel bag on her. And she does not appear to be bothered by the intense cold. It's like if I may, allow me to properly introduce myself, Field Marshal. I am Lady Kathleen Barr, and as you've probably no doubt figured out already, I am not of a actual noble house, so I will not introduce myself as of the House of Barr. I would. Do you trust me enough to shake my hand? Probably not. Forget I asked.
In my line of work, it's not best to shake anyone's hands.
You're exactly right, and you're cautious. That's why I like you, Lady Ford. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to talk first? Do you want to let me talk first?
What do you want?
You talk first. I talk first.
It is as I said. I want to help you. You see, I, much like you, live in this world too, and I do not want to see it under the control of a genocidal elf who thinks that killing one isn't him is the right solution to everything. And also he made a deal with the devil, which is never a good idea because devils have a way of twisting their words so that they get what they want in the end more than you get what you want. So, but on to the immediate problem. I have a way to destroy that thing in the sky and win you this war, and the war after that, and the war after that, and the war after that.
What do you want? You have a price. What is it?
This is like, right? I just want to live.
Oh shit!
No, really. I've been around for a while, and I've been hiding and running this entire time. I want what you want. I just want to settle down in a nice house somewhere, read, make things, and think. But certain people do not want that. Do not want me to have that.
You mean the witch hunters?
Exactly. You see, Lita. Much like you, I'm done with all of this bullshit. I've run from a very long time, and I'm just tired of it. I want it to end. I want to just live peacefully and enjoy my twilight years before I eventually do figure out what actually is on the other side.
It's not hard.
If you would like, Zach, you can roll sense motive.
You're a Blue Exercer. I'm an angel of God. We are not the same.
If you would like, Zach, you can roll sense
I am
motive.
rolling in. Yeah.
What do you want, Paul?
Yeah, that did.
That's
Yeah.
not true.
Yeah, that's yeah. Oh, let's see. Insight. Oh, sense motive. Sense motive. Sense motive. Well, that's a nat goddamn 20.
Hell yeah!
Well,
Hell yeah.
To say that there are things that this person is not telling you would be a massive understatement. However, the most relevant and important detail to this conversation is that it's not just the witch hunters who are hunting this person down. And in fact, with that in mind, you looking down at her, there's one detail I forgot to mention at her appearance. She has a sword at her hip. It's Olgierd von Everik's sword. Specifically, it is a certain demonic sword that took the form of Olgierd von Everik's sword.
Huh.
And Lita goes,
Mm-hmm.
that's why the samurai has been hunting you. He's never been after Dante, he's been after his puppeteer.
It's like that. It's just like, does she know his real name? It's just like Barbados was just a pawn, much like the people who work for you. Even if you do hold them in high regard, they do still at the end of the day follow your orders, so they are pawns regardless of how you view them.
No, they respect me.
And
they're my friends.
I am certain Barbados respected his master and had his respect in turn, but he was still a pawn. But
so,
go ahead.
I can't guarantee you your safety. After all, he's out there in that city right now, helping my men prepare to storm that camp.
He's dead.
Oh. Mazel tov.
And Ethan Hawke and his apprentice sorceress, who were impersonating you and Robert Burchill, by the way, they tried to kill me. I was forced to do something I was not exactly comfortable with, but incredibly long story short, they're in the same boat as Dante now.
Well, aren't you just fucking special?
I do what I have to survive, Lady Ford. Much like you.
And I bet you won a gold star for that one. Anyway, moving on. You know damned well I can't guarantee your safety.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to ask this one more time. What do you really want? You can't lie to me. If you know so fucking much about me, then you know exactly who my grandfather is. And how
do.
easy it is to get my family involved.
I know. I also know that. You watch as she reaches into the bag she's carrying and pulls out a very familiar-looking leather-bound book. That both of our power and motivation comes from the same source. You then watch as she puts the book back. You see, Lady Ford.
We are not the same.
You see, Lady Ford. That ritual that you disrupted, I fixed it. It took time, a lot of time actually, and methods I would have preferred not to use. And with the help of the most recently acquired criminal sorcerer Ethan Hawke, who has actually performed this spell before, I fixed it. And what I intend to do is summon a god. Summon a god who will kill the thing in the sky, all of the elves, and all of your enemies for you, and effectively wipe the slate clean for you. I sense
a butt.
Oh Oh no, there's no but.
What's the but? You know damned well what you're doing has a price.
The price is I get to live. I summon this god for you. He kills all your enemies, and then I just walk away, and you forget I exist.
Forgive me if I don't believe you. However, you see, what's the price to summon this thing? You know damned well how magic works, since you're so well versed in it, and you're willing to do something as stupid as that.
Of course there is. I assumed you knew the price already since you disrupted the cobblestones I had Dante place down.
You want to sacrifice the entirety of that city and all the people in it to summon this thing, don't you?
It doesn't matter who is in it as long as there's something to sacrifice. If you were to say open the city gates and let the entirety of the elf army in, the elves, not the devils, because it won't work with them, I can use them as sacrifices. As well as all the Skaven who live underneath the city, but that's an entirely different thing.
I've got a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do this. Because if you do this... You see, here's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle is currently at Mach-Fa, is currently coming back here. Which means he'll be back just in time to see this happen. Which means you will now have a very angry, very pissed off angel of God.
It's like
here.
I killed a pit fiend. Do you think an angel of God scares me? You really believe that one angel can fight that thing in the sky for any significant length of time?
You talk because you like to hear yourself think, don't you?
I've been told that before, yes.
So, how about this? I'll give you a way out. A better way out. A way out that will allow you to live. And survive. A way out that won't involve my family coming after your ass for the next eternity.
Now,
and that doesn't involve summoning because if you looks at her backpack.
Mm-hmm.
You know it won't stop just because you got it out.
I know. Now,
so how about this?
Mm-hmm.
Here's my proposal.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get one. Think about it long and hard. Before I shove something long and hard up your ass.
I didn't know you had one of those.
I'm full of surprises. Here's what we're gonna do. You're going to take your newly thralled Dumbass 1, Dumbass 2, and Dante, and you're going to send them into battle. You help take care of that thing in the sky. I'll tell my uncle you're on our side, that you've come to a mutual agreement with us, and he'll honor it.
Mm-hmm.
For some weird reason, he respects my word, probably because I'm the last family member he has on this side of the world. And he likes my company. You do this for us. I get you a fancy piece of paper, giving you full diplomatic immunity. So that way,
mm-hmm.
you can walk anywhere you want. You won't be harassed. You won't be bothered.
It's like
you will have the ability to go anywhere you want in this country, and the witch hunters can't touch you. They can't see you. They won't even acknowledge your existence. You can just walk into the city, sit down at a creperie, drink fancy teas, eat crepes, thrall the busboy, have him fuck you Randy over the fucking back bench if you wish. Because you see, here's the thing. This war is already overtly complicated with devils and angels and God without even getting gods involved. And you see, here's the thing. I don't trust anything that book promises. Call it hindsight is 20/20.
It's like,
Moreover,
Mhm.
you do this. You help in this final battle. You will get a commendation. Yes, you're not a noble lady. You're masquerading as one. However, I could give you the associated minor titles to make sure you are technically a minor noble. No one can bother you, and people respect you.
Now, you see, Lady Ford, here's the thing. I absolutely trust you. I trust every word you're saying, and I do believe with 100% that you will live up to this if I help you. But the thing is, it's not you that I don't trust. I don't trust that organizations like the Church of Eternal Fire, and with your sense motive check earlier, you do notice there's a bit of significantly ill-hidden ire in her voice when she says the Church of Eternal Fire.
Lita puts her hand up. I'm endeavoring to put a man in charge of the church who will change it for the better.
Do you think the church will accept Enzo or you after all this is over?
Do you honestly think they'll have a choice?
I think that there are some in that church who will believe that they will. I believe that there are some in that church who will look at everything you did and Enzo did and call you a heretic.
Hold on. I have a better solution. You do this. You help me with all of this, right? Oh. Lita kind of goes, okay. I help you with all this. You help us with all of this, right? You know where the church can't find you?
I look forward to hearing the answer.
You go east. Across the sea.
I've been there.
Yeah. You go to Shandagar. However, here's what gets easy for you. My former slave master, Amabala, he never wants to see me again. He never wants to do anything with me again. Correct? He abhors. If I send you there with a letter from me, he'll probably throw you out on your ass. If Robert Burchill sends you over with a letter, he'll probably just ignore you. Moreover, I'll make this even sweeter for you. I'll get you a ship. Not a cargo ship, not a derelict, could probably get knocked over in the breeze. I will get you the fanciest Scar and Guardian pleasure yacht you can imagine. I will fill it with a crew of the hunkiest men you could ever hope for. All at your whim, paid all expenses. I will empty my coffers to make this boat everything you could ever want, and I will pay you a queen's ransom. I will pay you enough wealth and money and status to make you the wealthiest woman on that ship. And we will sail you east, because in Shandagar, they don't care if you're magic. They don't care what you know. Hell, you go over there explaining you're a scholar of the old ways, and you could probably get yourself a fancy title in a fancy school of magic. And you know what they'll do? They'll protect you. You'll have an entire nation protecting you. Because you know who they don't like over there? Witch hunters. The whole concept of persecuting people with magic scares the shit out of them. Why? Because of all the deep magic, all of the rooted magic, all of the old magic. The old magic you know, that you clearly are a master of. And Lita's not lying about that.
That I know she does too.
She says,
I had a roll.
She says, think about this. You could wander over here. Yes, it's beautiful here. It's not as hot. There are paradisial coastal cities where you could be worshipped like a goddess. And you'll have a pleasure yacht at your disposal to sail out into the waters. All of it will be yours. I can give you a ticket out where you don't have to worry because... And here's the thing. You know powerful magics, right? You're being hunted, yes? By the witch hunters? By the church?
Mm-hmm.
We'll cook you up a fake body. We'll fake your death so well. No one. You have Olgerd's other sword, right?
No, technically speaking, she has the samurai sword, and it can change shape.
Yeah.
Oh.
She has a sword, right?
Yeah, she has a sword, yeah.
She goes...
Mm-hmm.
She basically points at the sword.
Mm-hmm.
We leave that behind as evidence. It doesn't have to be real. You know my husband. Lita, yeah, she doesn't correct herself.
Yeah. She doesn't say
anything. With a word, he can make a beautiful facsimile. Enzo, or you can enchant it just enough to convince the witch hunters. You leave that with your corpse. The witch hunters celebrate. She goes, the witch hunters celebrate. The witch hunter general gets a promotion and a hard-on. And they think you're dead. Meanwhile, you're in Shandagar, or anywhere else in Ophir, one of the great paradisial cities on the inland sea. And you are living it up, teaching the old ways. Reading books that have that were burned on these shores for their heretical qualities. And all of that can be yours. I will make sure it happens.
Right. Here is my counter offer. You see, as I said, I do trust you, and I do trust every word you say. But at the end of the day, any deal you make is just simply words on paper. And we both know the church. We both know the witch hunters.
You want a contract, don't you?
No. I want to give the world to you. You see, I summoned my god. I kill the thing in the sky. The elves and the Church of Eternal Fire for what they did to my friends, and organizations like them. Wipe the slate clean, and then when that's done, with the perfectly clean slate, I will give this entire world to you and your friends to rule over and make whatever laws and changes you see fit.
You see, here's the problem. I got a kid.
I know. That's why I'm giving you this.
You don't get it. I got a kid. And I want to teach her to be better. I can't do that if I take the easy way out. So, because we have to be better for our future.
Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
You know that child is gifted. Like, look at her heritage. What are the chances you believe that your child will develop an affinity for magic, perhaps greater than yours? And what do you think is going to happen when the witch hunters find out about this?
Nothing. Because
are you really so certain of that?
Yes. Prince Ares is marrying the daughter of the Emperor Skarngard.
It's like
the two countries are becoming one, which means there are going to be concessions. Which means a sorceress is now going to be queen.
You put so much faith in all these kings and countries and institutions, but really, what have they ever done for you? You had to fight to get your position of field marshal, and even that is temporary. There are people in Embersoul right now who are conspiring to have you killed simply because you're a woman and the head of a noble house, and
because it made what I earned more valuable. The struggle isn't worth it if you basically just have to step over a single stone to get it. That's why I care about these stupid institutions. Because if we have them, we have laws, we have order. We don't like them, but we have to make do with them. We find the chains that we are bound with, and we make do with them, and we find ways to slacken them, besides wiping the slate clean. We cannot wipe the slate clean. The slate will never be clean.
I was once part of an institution that served these kings and countries. We went out of our way to do the very best we could for them in all of the fields we practiced. We bent over backwards. We broke our backs.
Hawk,
we lost people, literally.
Hawk told me this shit.
Hawk wasn't there. I was.
Yeah, he told me the stories.
I saw them kill all my friends.
Look. Yeah? Yeah? My body was carved up by people who thought they knew better. An entire crew drowned, saving my life. We cannot do what you want. However, I will give you one thing. You can do one thing. I will trade you a life for a life. Because it helps me, and it helps you. Enzo wants to be Pope. You know this. You know us so well, then you know Enzo's ideologies, his rantings, his discussions about how he wants to fix the church.
I also know that there are people in the church who will never concede to anything he suggests.
Yeah. And that's where we strike a deal.
Okay.
To wrap this up. Mm-hmm. You can't summon your god. You can't summon your god because it'll eventually come back and bite all us in the ass. I'll give you a better solution.
I would have gone with 5, I think. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I will let you do one thing and one thing only. Because Shandagar has a trade deal with us, but they don't have diplomatic immunity. They will never send you back if you go there. So I'll give you this. You help us with this ordeal. Don't summon your god. I will give you all of that, what I promised. And I will get you an audience with the Order of Cardinals and the Pope. What happens when you enter that room is between you and my grandfather. You kill all of them. You get an audience, because we're going to have to meet the king at some point after all this is over to give him a report. You go in.
King Aegon is old.
He's going to die, and his son's going to be in charge. And his son is way more on the magic train than you think. Look, I'm trying to get this over with. So hear me out. You help me. I will let you slaughter the entire Order of Cardinals all the way up to the Pope. Because then, Enzo can step in and move his way up the fucking ladder. You get your revenge on the institution. Aegon's going to be dead in 10 years anyway.
More like 3.
Yeah, so what? He's going to be dead. Which means his son's going to be in charge. His son, who is currently tapping the ass of a sorceress.
More like she's tapping him.
Who cares? Who cares who's fucking who? People are getting fucked. I'm not getting fucked right now. So, how about this? I give you all of that, and then I get you into the church. You get into the church. Yes. If I had a nickel for every time Peggy was brought up today, I'd have 2 nickels.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Lita says, I will get you into Embersol. No gods, no summoning a big, giant, colossal thing to deal with all this shit. I will let you kill up the Pope line in the Holy Church. Because then Enzo can much easier slide on in. The witch hunters... Hell. The witch hunter general is going to be riding into battle tomorrow. When he's on his road, she points to the sword. You know how that thing works. You kill him after he leaves the city. Take his place. You get in, give your report to the fucking Pope, kill the Pope, kill the Pope and the Holy Order of Cardinals, the Archbishops. And then people think the Pope died, and then we still do the homunculus thing, but they think the Pope died in his sleep. It's tragic, it's sad, everybody dances, everybody cries, everybody's so horrible. Oh, what do we do? Who do we put in charge? And then we point at Enzo, and he gets in charge. You get your revenge. We win the war. Everybody goes home. Then, when it's done, you come to me, you tell me the deed is done, I get your boat, I get your crew, I give you all the gold and silks you could fucking possibly ever want, and you leave. Because, at the end of the day, you can't wipe the whole slate clean. You can only erase part of the mistake. Because if we don't live with the mistakes that were present for us, we cannot become better. Because you wipe the slate clean, all that does is it now has to make us reckon with that. The slate is no longer clean. It's a mess. We can take what is already here, and we can work with it. Try and see it that way. I know how bad you've been hurt. Believe me, if you would have come to me with this idea a year or 4 ago, I would have bumped on that and said, sign me the fuck up. However, it can't be done this way. It cannot be done this way because we have to build better from what we have. We have to have a base to start with. You cannot build from nothing. We learned that from the elves as humans. We took what they had and we built from it. We have to take what we have given to us and build from it. Enzo built from his trauma to become a better man than the church could ever want. Anaris built from her horrible life to become one of the greatest women I've ever met. Burchill built from a life of poverty and being fucked over by his own government to become one of the greatest men I've ever met. Fuck! Rowan was born with the handicap of being half-elf in a society that fucking hates him in one of the most xenophobic goddamn kingdoms on this fucking planet, and now look at him. He's a hero. And if you ever tell him what I'm about to tell you, I'm gonna kill you where you stand, bitch. Because if Hattori wasn't as handsome as he is, I probably would be tapping that. And Nox is... Well, let's be honest here, it's Nox. But look... Nixon to the moment. But yeah, if I need to roll diplomacy, I will roll fucking diplomacy.
Oh, you need to roll diplomacy. I was just waiting for you to finish.
No, Lita basically actually at that point, Lita grabs her hands.
Which you do feel that there is flesh. She is really there. It's not an illusion.
Yeah, Lita goes, please do this for me. Shut the fuck up, Jayson!
Come on!
You have to do it now.
You know, Zach, I have explained to you how elf relationships have worked.
Shut up!
Rowan is the hentai protagonist.
Oh my god, it's gonna... Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Alright.
Well, that is... I did.
Roll that to...
That's a 41 with all my bonuses.
You watch as you can see her contemplating it in her eyes. As you were talking, her face went from like the confident smirk that she was wearing this whole time to like this very serious, very dour, just like cold stare as she contemplated every single word. And this continues for a solid 2 minutes as you were just standing there holding her hands.
And I'll say, like, the look on Lita's face is one of sincere, I'm begging you, please.
And she can see this. And before you're grabbing her hands, she eventually just moves them so that one of her hands is on top of both of yours and just like, this is why I wanted to give the world to you. Because you know how to lead. You know how to make people see things that they didn't necessarily see before. I'll only tell you this as a fellow practitioner of the old ways. Like you, I made a deal for revenge. And summoning the god was the easiest way to get it. I've lived for 500 years. I suppose I can stand to wait around a little longer. She then squeezes your hands a little bit tighter. But I have a list. I have a list of every single person in that church that I am going to want to kill myself and elf. And don't try to weasel any one of them out of it. It is all or nothing. Once I am done with those, I will leave you and Enzo to deal with the rest as you see fit.
Lita goes, I'm guessing because he's based out of here. Lita squeezes her hand back. Anderson's not on that list?
No. Anderson, much like Barbados, is just a puppet.
Lita goes. Okay, Lita goes.
Lita goes. On, not a puppet.
Oh, yeah, Lita goes. In the back of Lita goes, because we actually like Anderson now.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. But Lita goes, look, the church, feel free to wipe that slate. Meanwhile, Knox is just like, wait, did Lita say he's gonna wipe the... What? But Lita goes, so we have an agreement?
We do. And like you, I am a woman of my word. And I know you are one of yours. And because of that, I feel obliged to tell you two things. The first is about Dante. Technically speaking, Dante is a walking corpse. When I found him, he was shipwrecked on a rock in the middle of who knows where, and he had already slit both of his wrists and had taken that final step. I offered a chance to save his life and give him the revenge he sought. He accepted. Unfortunately for him, the people he sought revenge on died before he could ever find his way home.
All right.
But so the reason I'm telling you this is because if my magic with him ever stops, he dies.
We kind of figured that.
Yeah, he had already taken his life before we struck the bargain. So if the bargain fades, so does he.
Well, we can give him one last battle.
I suppose you could. And the other thing, I have to tell you is let's just call it a show of good faith. Right now, at this very second, while all of you and all of your friends are out here, there is a powerful elven sorceress and a small squad of elf assassins in the Church of Eternal Fire right now, attempting to free that sorcerer that Anderson and Oswin brought back from the elven camp. She is determined to do this because that sorcerer you captured is her son. And right now, in 5 seconds, you are going to get a message from Tara confirming this. And on prompt, in 5 seconds, you hear in the back of your head, it's like, Lady Ford, where are you? The Church of Eternal Fire is under attack! The
minute she says this, the minute she said that, this was Lita.
And like I said, like on cue, in 5 seconds, you hear Tara say, it's like, Field Marshal, where are you? The Church of Eternal Fire is under attack! We need Dude.
Did Rowan hear that?
No, only Lita did.
Yeah, she did with the Bluetooth.
Yeah. Lita then basically using her Bluetooth, she basically sends a message to all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy bitch ass sorcerer trying to free her son. We need to get to the church now. Now.
If I had a copper. He turns to his boys and just Rowan leads the guys to the church.
It's probably much closer,
yeah.
So yeah, as the rest of the party gets moving, Lita, before you can move, like she suddenly grabs your hands tighter and just says, "Remember, every single person on that list, all or nothing, or we have no deal."
Lita goes, Lady, right now, if I introduce you to one Nox Lumen, he might finally feel a certain appendage move for the first time in decades, and he might merrily skip along with you to do this.
It's been decades.
I hope so. I hope so. Now get going. I'll prepare things on my end.
Remember, no gods. Just goes, no gods.
And no Russian.
And then just right in front of you, it's not like a cloak of invisibility because you would still be able to feel her, but she just fades away. She just disappears. You no longer feel her there. I'm
just curious how she knows about Night City and shit.
She's admitted she's been alive for 500 years. She knows a lot. Which by the way, it was a good thing that you negotiated out of that fight because she's a level 20 psionic.
Psionic? Oh shit.
Yes. Never underestimate the power of your bard.
Yeah, psionics. We ain't got anything to counteract that.
All right. So, all of you in your own ways, Lita. I'm imagining you're flying because the wings are kind of known now.
Motherfucker.
All of you in your own ways, just start hauling ass back to the Church of Eternal Fire. You You cross the bridge, and I'm actually going to say, for the sake of simplicity, you all meet up on the bridge. And as you run, you get to the courtyard. The sight that you behold is this. Just let me remove Gabrielle because she is not actually here.
Passed out.
Ermine! Oh no, Ermine!
Mm-hmm.
Mine.
Right in front of you. Right in front of you guys.
Oh, that's her token?
So
Yeah.
So what you guys see just immediately, I would like you can roll perception if you want to see more, but
Scorpion?
you see a couple of elf assassins dressed identically to the assassin that tried to kill you, Lita. You see, strangely enough, Boris and Vasya, who were confirmed dead by Anderson and Oswin, and you see, and you also see the elf sorcerer that you had captured, freed, standing in the courtyard, surrounded by the bodies of well over a dozen witch hunters, including Tamara, your friend Grant.
Oh,
He's a necromancer!
And you also see, and this is where your eyes are drawn because she stands out more than the others. You see a very beautiful elven woman who is wearing a very long and very elegant looking teal dress that does not look like it is made for battle, and as such, her hair is also done up into buns, similar to Princess Leia. She does not look like she is dressed for battle in any way. She looks like she just came here straight from some kind of formal ball.
Well, start chucking magic, because that bitch has brought back our friends as zombies. Fuck her.
Alright, before we get to what you see, Burchill, does anybody else want to roll perception?
Mike, we're back!
She brought back our allies as, or he did, the guy that she released, or she did, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Kill her! Kill this bitch. You don't bring back Russians as zombies.
Yes! And I'm glad! Glad!
Let me hear yours. Something, Jayson.
Are we fighting yet?
Yes, we're fighting.
I'm asking if everyone wants to roll perception before I ask you for initiative.
I talked her out of summoning a god with a godly roll!
So now we're
I'm
just
kind
fighting.
of upset that
Okay.
You
did I
got
miss anything, or did we not establish whether or not it was all elves the god was going to wipe out?
Well,
It was everybody.
yeah, it was basically she was going to wipe out the city, everyone within it, and then proceed to march her way through through the Fenrir's forces, wipe all of them out, everyone associated with him, and then she was basically like, "Here you go, here's this barren wasteland, it's yours."
She was also going to kill the church, everyone in it, and any other organization that she didn't like.
She was also going to lay waste to the capital. Yeah, basically, I apologize for talking for the last half hour. That being said, I talked her I managed to talk her out of committing mass genocide.
To only
Okay.
slight genocide.
Yes.
So, let's see. Jayson, you see more or less what I described. So, actually, I need to roll something really quick. Oh, okay. But yeah, Jayson, you see more or less what I described, like no other pertinent details. Temme and Ken, the two of you can just tell at the glance that this woman is a mage. That's obvious. And those assassins are, again, the same one that tried to kill Lita, so they are very deadly and very dangerous. You do also see, but to confirm what Grant says, that Boris and Vasya, they are very dead. Their skin is gray and sort of running away. Like their movements are very like sluggish and almost robotic. But Ken, odd thing, you rolled just high enough to see this, and Enzo didn't. You see, of all things, and this sticks out to you because it's freezing cold and practically a blizzard, so there should be none of these things. you see a raven flying about. And Grant, only you get this because of what you are. You see Boris and Vasya, however, it's not the sight that gets you, it's the smell. They smell of sulfur.
Shit. They're not just zombies, they're using them as meat puppets. The fuckers.
Nah. And as you guys appear, the elven sorceress turns to look at you, and she says in a beautiful dialect of Elvish that none of you who speak it have ever heard. She looks directly at you. She looks directly at you, Lita, and says, You are the ones who destroyed my golem. I have a token I was bidded to show thee. You then watch as she reaches into a bag that's at her hip, pulls out something, and throws it at your feet. And you see it is the severed head of, why do I forget her name in game? Of Kat Dennings, your spy.
Son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm. I need all of you to roll initiative.
Her head? She's...
Yeah, it's just her head. So,
yeah, what Ken posted there. There's this version.
Alright, so yeah, I need all of you to roll initiative. I'm going to use the restroom real quick, and then I need to switch out which character sheets are relevant for this, because this is the battle I had set for next session, not this one.
Alright.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's an edited manga panel. Hitler and Einstein are on a park bench together, but I have no idea what the actual words are. Alright, yeah, good job talking out of genocide. I was listening to that while wrapping presents. I'm like, how the hell? I don't like that deal.
I get what you're saying, Aasimar. It's like Kappa being an elf, and Rowan's like, I wouldn't really call it a handicap, but okay.
Also, you now know the horrible truth. Lita has always found you moderately attractive. It's just that Hattori does it more.
Work is going to be so awkward now.
Did he hear that
No.
No.
Unless
Rowan's already worried enough with Rowan's already worried enough with her daughter hitting on him. He doesn't need both.
Well, you know,
let's go. If something happens to the Tory, man, I mean, might as well just get the combo, get the package set.
Oh, yeah, it's just like, Hattori's dead. Cut to 2 hours later. Combo breaker.
Oh, that was rough.
At least we don't have to deal with her later.
We kind of we nipped that subplot in the butt.
We snipped it in the butt. We better fuck this problem in the ass before it gets to us. Let me pause real quick.
You know,
now I'm recording. Okay.
You weren't recording.
So that's 18 bite damage as Lita I guess Lita basically suddenly claws it once, does the 20 claw damage, and then Lita suddenly grabs it by its shoulders and starts devouring into its fucking neck meat like it's the goddamn country buffet.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Zach, with your enhanced senses, this hits you worse than it would have if you were a human. This creature is the most foul thing you've ever tasted. It tastes like ashes, sulfur, and dust.
Ew.
I will power through it, because I will eat this in the name of my god.
Yeah, currently, Zach and Ken are Brachyurus, giant wolf bear things, because I forgot to hit record.
Brachyurus.
Alright, so that is Lita's turn, as you are taking revenge on the devil that mauled you. Ken, it is now your turn. You are also a giant bear wolf. What do you like to do?
Right. I guess the one that attacked me, yeah, I'm going to just claw and bite the shit out of it.
Alright, roll a hit.
Please tell me it's the same one he did this to before when we were in the Velvet Room.
You don't actually know that, because from your perspective, all of these things look identical.
You're right,
I rolled a 3, but with the plus 48, that's 51.
You hit. You just just roll all 3 of your attacks or however many you get, and then we'll calculate damage afterwards.
No, I'm guessing this is what Lita heard in the back of her head as soon as she realized what the fuck this
Okay,
stuff was.
next one, 54.
Okay.
And
Okay, yeah, that hits.
And for
This
the
thing's
bite,
AC is
that's,
35, by the way.
Oh shit!
Well, then why am I even rolling? I just hit, unless you're just hoping I don't get that one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I still need to know if in case you do roll in that one.
Okay, so that and then the bite, that's 57 to hit.
Roll for damage.
Yeah, I'm glad I gave that to you. If that thing's 35, holy shit.
Not me, not me.
I mean, the Adolan's AC was lower, but it had 3 forms, so yeah. The fact that you burned through all those so fast is amazing.
It's us.
Okay, so the 16 damage for bite 1, for claw 1.
Mm-hmm.
15 damage for claw 2.
Okay.
And 18 damage for the bites.
Okay. So. Yeah,
so 49 damage for the whole multi-attack.
Alright, so you start tearing into this thing. Both of these devils are still standing because they are very resilient creatures. But yes, you guys are now on even playing fields.
Oh, God.
There is so much wrong with that statement.
Think about it, though. How metal would that be?
It'd be weird, yeah.
So, as Leah said earlier, it doesn't mean you can ride her, Rowan.
Elven relationships.
Mommy,
Rowan has Elven.
And so, imagine some fucker giving a history report in the future. And so, that is how Rowan Lazare, hero of the Great War, the Great Battle of Sanctuary, rode Field Marshal Lita Ford in the form of a monster into the battlefield. It was glorious. It was weird, but glorious.
I mean, if you want to look nice,
I didn't believe it until
I could turn you into a Pegasus if you want to look nicer.
It's even weirder.
Rowan's just the TriStar logo. Hell yeah!
Alright, so since it is Ermine's turn, I just rolled for her. She is going to leap onto the green assassin again, and she has actually dealt so much damage to him that she devours him. Actually, yeah, she devours him. There's no longer a corpse there. So yeah, Ermine has eaten a second person over the course of this campaign.
It's not cannibalism.
Yeah. Alright, so that was Ermine. It is now Caranthir's turn. Hold on. I need to double check the ability for this spell. This is one of those spells that has levels, so I need to look at what each level actually does.
Excuse me.
What is your caster level? Okay.
Yeah, he's casting against me. I blew up his mom. Get it over with. What's he do to me?
Okay, hold on.
Jason's picture. Yeah.
Turn around.
Oh,
Tell me what you see.
he has this thing more powerful than I thought.
He aggressively shits himself.
Oh! Oh!
Staring everyone straight in the face, he shits himself.
Well,
To a
guys, you
certain
can't touch him now.
number.
Let's just get out of here.
I cast the magic spell. I cast the brown note.
Power word.
Oh.
Shit.
I cast command. Shit.
The pants. Fight's over.
Command! Soil.
Okay. I need to check through all my old tokens to see if I still have this.
I cast command.
Something.
I cast command.
I summon 10,000 years of
Wasn't the one about the witch where it's like the DM got confused and it was like command come. He got confused and went, "I hear a moan in the distance from the witch."
Oh, no.
Now you have that post-nut clarity.
Alright, so Corinthier, having just witnessed the death of his mother, who has literally lived for thousands of years, that is not an exaggeration, that is her actual age.
That's the
God,
biggest
imagine-
monster I've ever killed.
Oh, please. Oh, please. I'm an elf.
So having just witnessed her death, Corinthier is going to
I'm also
go a bit nuts.
What's he saying?
As he is going to look into the air and scream at the top of his lungs, and radiating from his body, his eyes start to glow with pure magical energy as the entire area around him and the entire battlefield starts to get very noticeably colder as a blizzard starts to pick up.
Oh, is he the one that's been causing the blizzard?
It was his mother.
Wait, did we just
No.
the continental winter if we take these two out?
Hey, John.
He died like a bitch.
Let me use my reaction.
Yes!
Greater dispel magic.
Greater.
There it is.
Roll
How
a willpower saving throw to see if you can stop this, because this is...
It's probably higher level than the...
This isn't just regular darkness. This is enhanced darkness.
Yeah, this
So
is not a regular This is not regular magic. This is advanced magic.
And so, just so you all understand, this is greater dispel magic. So this is the 6th level version, not the 3rd level version.
Oh, well.
So yeah, roll it. See if you can beat this.
Well, I think it needs a roll anyway, right? So whatever it does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, cleric spells.
John, I'm sorry.
Did you?
I rolled another nat 20.
Oh,
Plus 15.
Love you, Enzo. I love you. Now make him eat his mom.
Now,
I rolled a nat 1 on initiative, guys.
And?
It was good for this.
I rolled
it
it.
balances out. It all
I rolled
balances out.
10.
here's how I'm going to flavor this. Here's how I'm going to flavor this. He's angry, so he still does this. The area still got noticeably colder. However, because you successfully managed to do this, Enzo, none of you take the 62 points of cold damage you would have taken on this turn, and I would have had to roll it again when it comes back around again to this turn.
Does he want to go storm? Oh, I have a storm for him. Mine's called fires.
I cast.
However,
Yeah,
he is not done because that was just an ability he had. He also is going to cast Summon Monster level 8.
Oh god.
Now I do not have the token for this anymore. However, so I'm gonna use the mystery token. So next to him on the battlefield, you see it's kind of weird to describe. It looks elven, but its nose is pierced to look like an arrow and is wrapped in all kinds of chains and looks very familiar to a certain PC that Temme actually played in one of my Halloween one-shots.
Oh.
You
Sure,
mother.
you kill a monster?
She
was like, I'm out of here.
The Cenobites.
Yeah.
Yeah, she willingly went with the Cenobites, and now Corinthier has just summoned her.
Kill the summoner.
Kill the spare. Alright.
Yeah, killing him's the only way, because even if I try to dispel bomb him, the creature's already
Guys,
there.
does anybody else have spell resistance in this group?
Portions of it.
Funny enough,
When he was doing a spell, if it affects me, he's going to need to roll to see if it can actually.
it doesn't though.
Yeah.
Well, it
Because
doesn't
I
because
still-
Enzo canceled it out.
Yeah, if he ever does, I'm more of that shit.
He won't.
I mean, the spell is still going on, so we'll see how that works when it gets back to his turn, assuming you guys don't kill him before that happens.
Yeah, killing. Trying to.
My
dispel
turn's
him
before
would-
his turn, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, don't hold out hope.
Hope rides alone.
Actually, yeah, whose turn is it? Because that was his turn.
Well, the thing about summon monsters, even if we kill him, does it make the thing go away or not? I don't know how the ability works.
You'll find out. Rowan and Anaris, it is now your turn. So,
You go
out of the
first,
two of you,
Rowan.
who wants to go first?
You go first, Rowan.
I'm way over here.
Just take your lumps and go first. If you don't go first, I'm gonna get Pyrrha. And I'm gonna tell her that you actually are gonna reciprocate feelings.
You wouldn't care. Which demon over here is doing the best?
There's the one against Lita has the most health still.
And he's on fire.
Now, Rowan, since you're attacking the same demon as Lita, I have to ask: do you want to get on top of Lita and ride her so that you will technically share the same space?
I knew you'd be riding Lita one way or another.
No.
Okay.
Right there.
All right, roll the hit.
Well, if you go on the other side, you're flanking her.
Right there.
Yeah. If you go on the other side, you're technically flanking it. So, actually, yeah, Lita, I'll move you closer since you had to be in melee range to attack it.
All right. That vital strike again, just because it's very nice to get that double damage, double dice right there.
Hell yeah.
Shit, nasty. I have not rolled high. Okay, that's a good thing. Still in effect, right, Grant?
Yeah, that lasts for like 17 minutes.
Also, don't forget about the bonus you got from Enzo with that last spell he cast.
Oh yeah.
What was it again?
Let's do bonus.
What's bonus? So that's 30.
I'm gonna say because you're not the giant bear, and I had to reduce their AC the last time I fought them. I'm gonna let you have this one. You hit it.
Damage.
Next time though, 35 AC still applies. I'm just being nice.
Yeah, that
I'll need your
turns to a
pity.
bar.
Thank you.
You 35 AC. Holy
Yeah,
Yeah, luckily the bears can
these are
do
powerful
most of the
devils.
And
Pathfinder's weird.
Pathfinder's that's probably 3 times. Pathfinder's dumb as fuck. Never run
It
a
is.
Pathfinder. Nobody should ever run
30
Pathfinder.
I'm
34
never running
damage.
Pathfinder.
Easier.
I am never
34
running
damage.
Pathfinder again after this.
If it's
34 damage. 6 of that's frost damage.
Mike Conrad's playing 2E, Pathfinder 2E. I'll ask him how he's liking it.
Yeah, because this is
All right.
first edition. So.
All right, you cleave right into this devil, and that sword of yours is able to pierce its very thick hide. So, if you have any remaining attacks, go for them.
Anaris in the background. Give him the chair!
Do 2 quick regular attacks. Strings attached.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun.
36.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, that hits. Even with, 'cause like I said, I'm keeping the 35 AC now, so that still hits.
Well, so our spellcaster.
18.
Ugh.
4.
Yep.
30 damage. So that's frost.
Ring a ding ding.
All right, you got any more
Another regular
attacks?
attack. 2 more, sucker. Another regular attack because there's no strings attached.
Mm-hmm.
Another one's weakening me. 39.
Nice.
Yeah, that hits.
And this is all thanks to drugs and magic working.
Max damage! Max damage!
What?
Where's my drugs?
12,
Yeah.
12 plus 10 is 22. Plus 2
Where's
is
my
20.
cocaine?
I'd get them if I could ever find you.
26. Plus 6,
It's disappointing.
34 damage. Frost with 6 of that being frost.
You have one more attack, don't you?
Does he?
I do.
Oh,
You have 4 attacks?
holy shit.
Or 3?
Yeah, he's a fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
fighter.
shit.
Yeah, he's a fighter.
No,
He gets that
God.
bonus.
I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do Bloody Assault. It's -5 penalty to my melee attack, but all the bonuses I got should take care of that. So I get the bleed damage. In case this doesn't kill him, he might get some damage before, unless Anaris kills him again. Which either way is all good. That's Mother Pheasant. That rolling.
What'd you roll?
Really bad. That's a. Subtract 5 from it. 28.
Yeah, you don't hit this time. The devil has learned how you fight and has actually blocked your sword with its chain whip, which it does by wrapping the chain whip around the blade of your sword, which is really cool. Mm-hmm. All right, so that is Rowan's turn. Anaris, what do you do?
Let's kill the spare.
right.
Like mother, like son.
Like mother, like son. Let's see if I hit
Tab
it.
reunion is only a moment away.
If I hit, this is going to be even more fun. That is a.
I should point out because of the effect of the spell he did, he's no longer on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Makes sense. Yeah, cold.
How much, Mike?
33 to hit.
Just roll for damage.
I have to roll a 17 or higher on my first attack. Jesus fuck.
So,
give me a sec. I gotta
But for the spare, you break his
roll.
bones.
I gotta roll the dice.
What's that?
1, 2,
What's that?
3, 4. I only need to re-roll 5 dice.
What's that horrible joke that goes like, "How do you get a Beatles reunion? 3 more bullets."
Goodness.
Exactly.
Well, it's
Maybe
more,
2.
right? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
2
we go.
more bullets.
Plus 22, plus 17, plus a D8.
My favorite Beatles ones is where it's just like John Lennon, where the first part is, "Imagine this to heaven." Why didn't you? There's no
100.
those revolvers.
And 7 damage. He's still alive.
how much damage?
107 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Woohoo!
Like mother, like son.
Spinal
So-
injuries.
They'll be together
So-
forever, paralyzed.
Aw.
Well, I mean, the mother's dead.
I blew
Oh, well, let's continue
Yes.
the cycle.
So yes, the sun is now paralyzed, and the winter spell ends. And actually, not only does the winter spell end, you actually notice it starts to get a little warmer in general, just from that.
Alright.
But what about the demon elf thing?
Roll back into
I'm
cell.
not seeing anything in the description of this spell that says it is desummons when the summoner is downed.
And now
I'll
she's
take care of
out
it.
Control.
I'll take care of it.
Oh well, it's just on the battlefield. Let's kill it.
That's a 31
Mhm.
stealth.
Okay. Okay. As you move in that direction, you see that there's another assassin right next to you.
Oh, well, what a shame for him.
Oh no.
What a shame for him.
What a shame.
Somebody call an ambulance. Not for me.
32 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright. Give me a sec.
Are you going after the
I'm trying to make
assassin
this as
or?
quick as possible.
It's happening.
Well, the
I'll be
assassin
back
was in a
use my
path.
meatballs.
Okay.
Right.
1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Reroll 3. Kind of low on the dice here, I think.
Man, I can't wait to eat those meatballs again when we all meet up.
Plus 17, plus D8. On average, I do not roll lower than 100, apparently. 105 damage. Or, no. Oh, that's not 105. That's,
So when Charlie asks me later how'd the session go, this is all I'm gonna say.
that is 99 damage.
So what do you do? Do you punch this guy or do you just shoot him point blank? What do you do to him?
I punch him.
So you just run up, punch this guy in the face, and he's down.
Bonus action. Baldur's Gate, shove!
Are you
That
really
was the
just
best
gonna
thing in
shove him off? Are you really just gonna shove him off the edge there?
He deserves it.
No, I'll go back into stealth. I don't think there's anything else other than the demons to fight.
There's the demons and the big elf monster he summoned that's now out of his control.
I mean, I don't recognize this person, so I probably should just take out this person.
What person?
She looks too innocent. Gotta take her out.
You are familiar with
She
her.
looks like a priest of the eternal fire!
You know who she is. You're just jealous. You're just jealous because she's my other. She's my protege.
There can only be
The
one.
Riddler.
Go after the fucking demon, dude!
Whatever this
I
thing
can't-
is.
Anaris doesn't have the buff.
I
No.
can't hit it, even if I did.
Well, what about the? We don't know the AC of this thing yet. The thing.
Yeah, we don't know this. Yeah, we don't know the AC of that fucker.
It's a giant.
Fine.
elf.
Go back in stealth.
It's like an ogre elf.
That's 28.
Beat the piss out of it.
Let me try to roll the. Actually, I could just.
It is literally... This creature, just to describe it, because I don't have a token, is literally just Pinhead as a woman.
Alright. Try to roll
So the
hit
remake of
roll.
Hellraiser they just made.
I haven't seen it yet, so I didn't actually know that.
That's a 24 to hit.
For this thing, unfortunately, no, that's not good enough.
Alright, that's fine. And back in stealth with a nat 20. Goodbye.
And she
Okay.
Nat 20, 26, that'd be 46, 36 total with a nat 20. Whatever.
You're invisible to
Okay.
everybody. God couldn't see you.
Unchained is.
I'm already gone. He's in the walls.
These fucking people have just been watching people get hit by a bow. This stealth guy came up there and be like, the shots are coming from here. What the fuck?
knocked his block off.
What are you doing with that
All
guy? Fun for later.
This is my snack.
Alright, so...
It's like that fucking thing in Hell of a Boss where you see the demon dog pulling Millie off.
Let me touch your skin.
Okay, so... It is now the assassin's turn. Unfortunately, there are no more assassins, so that just brings us to the devils. So, we'll start with the one who's engaging Ken, who, for simplicity's sake, red and blue. So Devil Red is going to attack Ken with its chain whip because you are now a monstrous beast. I don't need these anymore. Let's see does a 39 hit your new form? No.
She's 40 for these things.
Okay, so
Got a thick hide.
okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop holding back with these because I have been because you complained the last time I used them.
Well, now
All
they're
right, so
boys.
yeah, so next attack, does a 49 hit you?
Holy shit.
Mhm.
So I got the perfect
yeah.
things for these things. I picked the
Okay.
creature.
Yeah, we just had to be about 3 or 4 levels higher than the last time we fought these. Actually, fight these things.
All right, so you take you take 19 points of hellfire damage with that one attack, and he gets one more with this thing because you pissed him off. Does a 41 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, so your AC is 40. Good to know.
Don't forget, Ken, you have and Zach, you have a DR of 10.
And you just rolled max damage.
And you have fire resistance of 20 in this form.
Okay.
Good to know.
All right.
Actually, says a lot of damage.
Okay, so you take 22 points of slashing unholy damage, and that is unfortunately this thing's turn because it gets 3 attacks with this, or something else.
Yeah, the fire part doesn't work on unholy, but at least the D10 regular damage stuff you would be able to take off.
Actually, no, there is one more thing it can do. Just one more. It has one more attack, but it can't be with its chain whip. So it is going to try to hit you with its tail, which it says will cause an infernal wound. That's a 38, which does not hit you. So yeah, it doesn't even matter. So now the one in Devil Blue. It's gonna try to attack Rowan with its chain first because of all the damage it did before.
Bring it.
Does a 40 hit you?
What?
40.
Oh, my AC is 127, so yes, it did.
All right.
You had to ask. Any of us at a 40? No, sir.
That you
Actually,
take
the two beast people are now.
They don't count.
you take 15
temporary.
points of unholy damage with that one attack. Now onto its second attack, which will go for Lita.
Is that all?
And it rolls a 35. It rolls a 35, so that's not nearly high enough for Lita's bestial form. So he's going to try one more time. This time he rolled a 42. So with the answer to life, the universe, and everything, he does.
I like to imagine the miss ones. He actually is hitting the bears, but it's just not going through its fur.
That's probably what it is. And yeah, Lita, you take 19 points of unholy damage, and he is going to also attack Rowan with its tail, which will cause the infernal wound. Rowan, roll a counterattack. Because you rolled a natural 1.
So did I.
Whoa.
Okay, so he gets to count. Okay, so he gets to counter your counterattack, and this is just going to be a regular claw attack, so nothing special.
Wait, because technically I'm flanking him, doesn't Rowan get to counterattack with advantage?
Or has Pathfinder?
Advantage is 5e. This is Pathfinder.
Damn it!
In Pathfinder, if you get a nat 1 and you get a nat 1, then that first nat 1 didn't count.
Then Oprah shows up and gives everybody a nat 1.
That's a bad idea.
So
That's what she did.
Rowan, does a 20 hit you?
Nope.
No? Oh, okay. So this thing reaches up with its free hand and tries to claw at your chest, but your armor just takes it.
Sparks fly.
So it is now Madeline's turn. Let's see. What can Madeline do?
Savior Sensei.
Bear witness to the awe that is us.
Unless he's specifically started preparing spells for this, this will be a very difficult thing for her to do.
She's seeing these two bear creatures, a giant wolf, her master bleeding a little, Rowan flanking, and a guy in a plague doctor outfit flying in midair.
Throwing bombs at shit.
Okay,
not being trash. That's really hard.
Okay. I need to look at what this spell actually does.
That is the spell of what?
Actually, no.
Spell of Biggest Dickus. Maximus Omegas.
She knows that won't work.
Oh god!
Sounds like she's not trying hard enough.
Mike, I just thought of something like you go to the big bad evil guy, enlarge, reduce. Just point at his.
What did you do? Tic-tac sized.
Well, or you make it so big he can't move.
He's too confident to be hit.
You ever heard of inflation? Dance upon the stars.
Okay,
It's like the joke.
I have a mechanics question that I'm not sure of the answer of. Hopefully the other DMs in this group are. Are devils technically counted as living creatures?
Yes.
Yes, they are living creatures.
They are
not undead.
Yeah.
You can't kill them forever if they go to hell.
They're extraplanar creatures.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so Madeline is going to do something incredibly risky. Let's see how brave she is.
Do it.
Okay,
okay,
so she rolled even, so she's feeling very brave. She is going to run up to this devil and touch it on the chest. Let's see if she can actually pull this off.
Give it a little poke.
He grabs his nipples and twists.
By the way, Madeline was also within the range of my initial spell as well.
Yeah. With her level, she should not have been able to do this. But she rolled a natural 20, so she did. So here's what happened. And this tiny little sorceress gets in between the giant bear creature and the badass motherfucking knight fighting this devil, runs up, touches it on the chest, and casts Slay Living, which will do 12d6 points of damage plus the 1 point per target caster level. But okay, so it does have to make a Fortitude saving throw.
I am so proud of her right now.
Okay, what's this thing's Fortitude? Fortitude. Oh, okay, yeah, it's easily able to deal the Fortitude, but it still takes partial damage. Okay, I'm in the middle of a very bizarre moment because I have to ask myself the question, how do I want to do this? Because Madeline, even though the devil succeeded its Fortitude save, with her Slay Living ability, the two of you in between this creature watch as this devil suddenly bursts into flames and is reduced to smoldering ash. As the devil has been slain. That was her one highest level spell that she could have used for the day.
Position.
I am so proud of my apprentice. I am going once we win this war, I'm going to take her to the capital with me.
Hot.
You will get her all the ice cream.
Yeah, that was her one level 5 spell for the day.
I am so proud of her. Now back up before you die.
Get her the fuck out.
Also, no, you and your open relationships. Oh wait, Enzo knows that answer.
Wait, what did you say?
I was joking that Enzo asked lots of times she's into open relationships, but he knows that answer is probably yes.
Holy shit.
She's still a prostitute by day.
Okay, so that is Madeline's turn, so Enzo, it is now your turn.
I look at him like, I am so fucking proud of you right now. Now let me show you what else I can do. I turn to the big elvish monstrosity. Banishment, bitch!
What?
What saving throw does it have to make?
Let's see. Will. It has to make a will saving throw.
Alright, what's this thing's will? Okay, so it's pretty good on will. What's your spell save DC?
So let me double check. Does it increase since we ran up the level a few times?
Yeah, because she rolled pretty good, but I want to double check just to make sure she still failed.
Haha, 19.
She rolled a 16.
What? Oh, bitch!
So
back to whence you came, monstrosity.
So your character from the Halloween one shot that with Nicolas Cage the vampire shows up for all of 5 seconds, and then you just banish it back.
As it should be.
All right.
Look, my apprentice did something cool. I could not back down from that one. I had to show up.
Hot.
Some mighty flexing of the being.
Good job. Check this out. You just snap your fingers and it leaves.
All right. So for the sake of simplicity, and because it's getting later than I thought it was, the only enemy left is this one devil who's been pretty beat up by this giant bear already. Do you guys want to do a Persona 5 style beatdown where you all just get together and beat the living shit out of this thing with two giant bears, a rogue in the distance, and a knight with a magic sword, and all 2 holy people? Oh, and a rogue.
And Batman.
Wait, did the other guy die while I was doing my meatballs?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
My apprentice showed up, killed it, and it was a proud moment.
She's a threat.
No, I'm talking about the elf dude.
I banished it right after.
Yeah. Oh, if you're talking... Don't worry about the specifics, Ken. The only one left alive is the last devil, so do you guys want to do a Persona 5 style beatdown? Because you'll probably kill it before it gets back to its turn anyway.
Well, I kind of wanted to snap this dude's neck in his sleep so that we don't have Thimblewinter anymore.
Well, I mean, you can still do that, but I'm talking about the immediate fight right now with the one still standing.
The spell. Well, bullshit got away when you kill one unconscious, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But so yeah, do you want to act this out or?
What about you guys?
So,
Yeah, I'm cool.
Because
all right.
Okay, you
So the
guys.
question. All right. So the question now becomes: how do you guys collectively, as a party, want to do this to the last remaining devil?
I'll drop
I think
something from up above.
Wait.
I think we'll just try to walk on.
up, Burchill bites down on the other and just rip him apart.
Yep.
Yeah.
And have Rowan stab it in the back. Maybe I could land on top of my chain and like start sawing at it. Anaris
Rowan
shoots
could
it
run.
in the
Rowan could run by and slice off one of its wings.
All right.
Oh,
I'm gonna walk up to it and just fucking use my fucking player powers and just wrench half of it from reality.
So between all of that, like with, go ahead, Zach.
I just
Lita-
want a gun.
I imagine like Lita. Yeah, Lita walks up. Like
You're still a bear, so
like Ken was saying, like Ken and I both like basically dig our claws into one half of this creature and just start tearing in opposite directions.
I could land on top of it with
Which
my
one?
chain and like cut its eyes out on its head while you're doing that.
Wishbone, wishbone, wishbone.
Yeah.
So, you, with all of that done, like with the first creature, this one bursts into flames and is reduced to ash and cinders. And for those of you who can smell it, because multiple of you have enhanced senses now, the smell of sulfur.
Yeah. Okay.
So, the battle has ended. It is now noticeably warmer since the Fimbulwinter spell appears for the moment to have stopped.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
gonna go casually walk over here and snap his neck in his sleep.
Does anyone? How hurt is everyone? You guys okay?
I'm
Fine.
Now,
It's
important
fine.
question.
I mean, even if he turns back to his normal self, like he only took like so much damage, not much damage. So, but yeah, Burchill and me, like cut off the heads, put them next to the other guys, send them a fucking message.
All right.
But yeah, I just go up and go. Yep, his head.
Good, I'm
Anyone wanna
gonna
say
go to Madeline, give her a hug, and be like, I am so proud of you for doing that. I'm also so pissed off that you just did that.
question.
That was the scariest thing I've ever seen. That was the scariest thing I've ever done. Please,
It's okay. It's okay.
Question.
Yeah.
How much do we know about Enid? Like, do we know how important she is to Dickhead McGillicuddy out there?
Probably not.
Well, that doesn't matter anymore because
No.
she's dead.
Because if
she's
the
dead.
case, there's something I want to do.
Well, there's a piece of her here. There's a piece of her over there.
Yeah.
I'm going to say for this roll. I'm going to say for this roll and knowledge all check to see if you can recall.
All right. Because I know
We can
Cat.
talk to you-
I know our spy was.
Like, we can talk to dead.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk to Dad.
Well, yeah, if anybody wanted to come, like,
34.
this guy's neck before he has a chance to, like,
Alright.
turn on stuff. Anybody
Yeah, go ahead.
You don't.
anything?
You don't know specifically who she is, and she never actually said that her name is Enid Ungleana. But however, you did get some important context clues, and you do remember the name Enid Ungleana scrawled into the notebook of that one insurgent sorcerer that you guys killed when you raided that watchtower. Because remember, some of the spells that he had were hers.
Right. Question. Because I turned into a beast, does that basically mean Lita is naked?
Oh no! Basically what it
Oh, yeah, okay.
The spell works.
Yeah, it's
alright.
into yourself.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure.
It's the
sure.
it's the same logic as whenever JoJo uses her flame on mode in Midland, her clothes don't burn off her body,
Okay.
because that would be
I was
very
making-
annoying every time that happens.
You need
I just
Wait
making
a
sure.
minute. You mean your clothes don't just magically get blasted off in your fights?
Do you want a naked underage girl adventuring with you? Is that what you want, Olzak?
No, not at all.
No, but so I guess well, I heard Burchill said cut their heads off.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess to aid with that, Lita walks up to Enid with her wing out. Actually, no. Lita hasn't used her sword in a long time. Lita proceeds to grab the fucking elf bitch by her hair and Lita uses her sword and crudely hacks off her head.
Nice.
And then I need the Anaris. You have the controls for the speaker system, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Anaris' speaker system. She set it up.
Lita just kind of looks for Anaris, can't find her, and says, "Anaris, I need to borrow the controls to your speaker system."
Just right next to her. You call.
You rang.
No, close it next to her. You rang.
Which, by the way, Anaris,
Yeah.
the controls for the speaker system are on that wrist-mounted device you carry that nobody else can figure out, so I just imagine you hold it up to her and just say, just push this to talk.
Give me a sec. There you go.
Early.
Lita, start speaking in Elvish.
Swiggy,
Fenharel! We have killed your sorceress!
Got it.
And as she says this, she is holding the bleeding, severed head of Enid in the air.
Want me to take this guy's head
Roll-
too?
Roll me a
Yeah.
performance check. Roll
We
me a
are-
performance check, Zach.
I'm basically channeling my inner Outlander! We have your woman, Outlander!
By the way, Burchill, Lita, nice job.
You have
beasting
your
it up.
sister, Outlander.
Nice beast.
Bam. We are coming for you next! You will suffer at the hands of our blades!
Roll me a performance check.
Well, that's a 19 plus 22 is a 41.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
You have no idea if Fenrirel actually heard you since his camp is that far away. However, you just get the feeling that somewhere out there, Fenrirel, who's probably sleeping off whatever wounds he had, just suddenly woke up feeling very angry and had absolutely no idea why.
Wait a minute, why isn't it cold? It was supposed to be cold?
Wait a minute! My dick is warm!
Kinky!
Alright,
Stop straight.
Alright, so I need to pull out my notes for something. And after this session, I am going to have to rewrite all of my notes because you have changed all of my plans!
Woo!
Well,
This isn't my world.
That's
What
not
fucking
fun.
But
disappointment
yeah,
is
if anybody
this?
still wanted to talk to what's his name, I did take his head off. So if you want to talk to him later, through dead speaker.
Nah, there's no point now. We literally just
Be at the Fenrir right now.
yeah, fucking we don't care about the kid, dude. We just took out the fucking their most powerful sorcerer.
Yeah, Lita's just like,
What?
or something.
Yeah, this is literally what's going on. Like, you have no idea if Fenrirel's actually hearing you, but
We'll just.
But
play
they're
it on
treating
loop.
elves!
Yeah, we'll put it on loop until they do hear it.
But I'm guessing they're treating elves, probably.
which, by the way, Anaris, you can put Lita's message on loop if you want to do that.
Yes.
Okay, so with a few button pushes, that message you put out there, Lita, is now on a constant loop that unfortunately is going to repeat throughout the entire night.
Oh wait a minute, we just took down 2 high. What do they got on? What's the loot? Any loot?
I'm gonna have to figure that out because I didn't expect you guys to get this far. So we'll discuss that next session.
It's all about
Okay.
teamwork, baby.
So this session in a nutshell can be described by this. So what are you doing? Oh, nothing. Foiling my plans. Good, because that'd be bad. Why? I'd have to kill you. Indeed.
Well, next session,
So-
let's go fight Fenrir.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm gonna do. We're going to cease all role playing because I did not actually plan for any of this. So I'm gonna take this next week to actually collect my thoughts and figure out what to do next.
Well, yeah, 3
But
weeks.
for right,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, it
Yes.
is.
it'll be a hot minute before we get back.
Yes,
Yeah.
Can't do the first Saturday of January.
Yeah.
10,000 years later.
Both.
So yeah, like I said, I need time to actually figure out where we are from here. So
About to end this war.
Yep.
So yeah, you have 20 days.
Yeah.
give me time. In the meantime, I will give you the death counts for who actually died in all of this.
Well,
Also, to be
12
fair, if I didn't transform them into those bear things, those devils would have fucked us up pretty badly. 'Cause
Yeah.
we have to roll like 17
Yeah.
or 18 in order to hit them.
Because I
Okay,
guess next time we go sleep it off, we wake up, rejuvenated, refreshed, and then we ride out into glorious. Yeah, we ride out and fulfill our glorious purpose.
Blitzkrieg. It always had to come to this.
One way
Tell you
or
what.
another.
Tell you what, if you guys want, this might take 5 sessions instead of 4. But do you guys want to end the campaign this rotation instead of the next one?
If possible, yes.
I think we could physically.
Yeah.
We want.
Then like I said, this might take 5 sessions instead of 4, but we can totally do it if that's what you want. So let's do it.
We all die.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one session because we're all dead.
All right. So, like I said, I'm going to take this time to figure out what to do, but I will endeavor to end this campaign this rotation instead of the next one. That will be my Christmas gift to you guys.
I think the Fenherald fight's gonna last. Well, just the fight itself is gonna be like one entire session.
Yeah.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Risk battlefield and a dragon too.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, we got help on the way.
Yeah. But yes, the death toll for this session. Unfortunately, Aerith, your spy was killed, which you guys know because Enid showed you her head. Tamara Strenger, the witch hunter that Nox was grooming to be an actual good one, was dead. She was slain in the battle before you got there.
So she just cut down, right?
Yeah, she was just cut down where she stood. General Gale Kuzland of Skarngard unfortunately did not survive the infiltration, and neither did Oswin's ex-wife Terra Snapdragon, who died trying to protect him.
God damn, why do we lose all the good people?
Why are these people all just such trash?
Why try to protect him of all people?
Because he's a
general.
Ass.
Also because he's a general. He commands the army. Which
she was protecting Kuzlin. Never mind.
She was protecting
Kuzlin. You made it sound like...
Oh, okay.
But you were saying she was protecting her axe.
No, he said Kuzlin.
Okay.
Grammar.
Grammar.
Keanu is dead and Terra Snapdragon died trying to protect him.
No!
Keanu.
So
I have a on our hand.
I'll give you this since we're done with the role playing. Oswin is pissed. It may have been his ex-wife, but there were still some residual feelings. He's done with this shit too.
Yeah. See, war brings out the best in people. You lose the people, and you're like, you know what? I'm tired of playing by these rules called the Geneva Convention.
Geneva what now?
The Geneva Suggestion.
Exactly, Michael. The Geneva Suggestion.
I even come from that realm. There is no Geneva Convention. It's the Geneva Suggestion.
Now, there's one last thing I need all of you guys to do. I need all of you to make quick rolls for me to determine how well you sleep, because Lita's message is now on a constant loop that's going to play all night.
I'm sleeping like a baby.
Like a lullaby.
I know.
This is a luck roll.
I have not. I've rolled over a 10 once today.
Roll again, just because I feel like being nice.
Since I live in a basement and won't hear it.
I mean, it is pretty loud. It's loud.
Hey, yeah.
Well, it's opposite.
Hell yeah.
Fail.
Nox sleeps like a baby.
Where were you?
Ken, what'd you roll?
I put in the chat 12.
I didn't see it. There we go. Yeah.
Nox and Rowan are having a sleepover.
All of you, ironically, except for Lita, sleep like babies. Lita, it's difficult for you to actually get sleep because it was one of those things which is like it seemed like a good idea at the time when you did it, but now that it's just on a constant loop that's so loud the entire city can hear and you're trying to get to sleep, it's just like, why did I do this?
I mean, to be fair, isn't like the sound of your own voice considered torture to some people?
Yeah. Also, I would like to imagine, like, I guess that, like, Lita can't sleep. Her own voice isn't helping, but she's also she misses her fam. She misses her kid. Both of them.
Well, the good news is, if you pull this off, you can see them again a lot sooner than you had originally planned.
Hey,
Now,
I just sent you a text.
I miss my child.
Now, I will say,
miss my-
Zach, Lita does get a long rest. However, you do sleep in later than the rest of the party does.